Okay.
What's up, YouTube? Are we live on Facebook yet?
No.
Ethan's not doing his job.
That's all good. Hey, subscribe.
I'm doing my job.
Like our YouTube channel. Subscribe. We love you guys. We are live. We got 14.
Hey, publish our poll.
Publish.
So you just turn that.
What's up, everybody?
Should you microwave a whole turkey?
Good morning. I'm sorry for Kurt's
that arrow
whole question.
This one.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And I'm Ethan.
And we are going to be talking about some awesome stuff today. I am excited about the show. We're going to have a lot of fun. It is getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving. Yesterday, we had Chef Mary Bass in. We were talking about all things food, all things local restaurants, and it was a lot of fun.
I had a great time with Chef Mary Bass yesterday. We picked our top 5 restaurants. We had our fantasy restaurant teams ready to go, and I thought we had a great list, including the bench players.
Okay. Who do you have on your bench, Curt? Who's not good enough to make your top 5? Let me know.
For me, I think I had I don't remember the list. Do you have the list?
No.
We need to publish that list.
I have the list. Yeah, I have the list. I'm keeping it safe on this computer. This is very valuable and important information that is to be guarded with all the security that we have, for sure.
We can't let that information get out. If
I
you
can't
missed
let
it,
leak.
Go back and watch the show from yesterday. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We're going to be having a couple guests in today. In studio, we're going to have Justin Gambino. He is a musician doing some cool things, playing all over the place. We're excited to have him in today. We're also going to be having, I believe, the Galveston Animal Shelter. We're going to be talking about all the things that they have and what we can do to help them.
I believe they're also bringing in puppies or dog, one of the two.
Puppies or
I'm
dog?
hoping puppies, like in multiple. Like I just want like 8 or 9 running around the studio. That would be heaven.
I like that. That's how you said it. It's like either puppies or dog. Like one dog, one old dog, or like a bunch of little puppies just everywhere.
Everybody loves puppies. If you don't like puppies,
something's wrong with you.
Right.
I thought you didn't like dogs.
I love dogs.
Oh, okay.
I just can't have them because I'm too busy to actually take care of it.
Oh.
If I were ever going to get a dog that like had an amputated leg, I'd name him Yardstick.
Oh.
3 feet.
Too far. Ethan. Too far. There's dogs watching right now that have 3 legs. I'm sorry. If you're out there and you're listening, watching, wherever you're at, and you have your 3-legged dog, I apologize. Ethan just went too far. I didn't know what moment it would be, like the demise of KHEA Radio, but that was it.
Man, we didn't even get 15 minutes into the show, and I have to fire you, Ethan.
Okay, I get fired twice a day, like every day.
Yeah, change that.
It's you, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, Chef Mary left her sign here.
I thought she left it on purpose. It's ours now. Yeah.
Thanks, Natasha, for pointing it out. Don't tell Chef Mary that we have her sign.
She'll never know.
She'll never know.
She'll never be able to find it again. So, this is KHEA Radio. I am excited. Today is Thursday. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Tomorrow we have an event that's taking place at Abundant Life.
That is Ascension. It is tagged above in this post. If you're watching this post on Facebook, click on the page for Ascension and learn all about the fun things that are happening tomorrow night, including free cereal.
What's your favorite cereal, Ethan? Are you a big cereal eater? I don't think so.
Okay, there's this like special cereal that Walmart sells, and it's like in a bag, it's a big bag, and it's got like the marshmallows from Lucky Charms, and it's got like the Oops All Berries, Captain Crunch, and it's like
all in one bag.
Yeah, it's like all these, just like the sugariest part of like every cereal.
Have they gone too far? That's like one of those polls or like the articles that like tries to grab you.
I know that's a good cereal because my mouth literally started saliva. Like saliva just started switching around like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing.
Wow, that's funny. That's something else we had talked about. Hey, like the brand name cereals, you got your, Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you got your Cocoa Puffs, and then there's like the off-brand. Like sometimes it's a little bit better. Sometimes the off-brand is a little bit better, like because you get the bigger bag. And yeah. So Ethan, I never even seen that one.
It's pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. like it's I don't know. It's good. Like if you have like one bowl every once in a while, but like you can't do much more than that. It's like
not
lot.
every day.
Oh no, it's scary.
Ethan's mother is a dietitian.
Yeah, I gotta hide it like in the back of the pantry.
Yeah, so whenever you're a dietitian, that means you like went to school, you're getting your like degrees in like, hey, this is what you eat, this is what you don't eat. Yeah, how was that? How was that living with your mom?
It's pretty good most of the time. She makes some pretty like excellent food, but when I want like Hot Pockets or that sugary
Pop-Tart.
cereal, Pop-Tarts, I gotta hide them.
Wait, are you walking at the bottom of the aisle like I just did across the studio to get that bag?
Yeah,
and your mom's like, Ethan, get off the floor. What are you doing down there? Nothing. And you're like stuffing it in your jacket.
Yeah,
I'm not shoplifting, I swear. No,
just gotta hide it from mom.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Hey, guess what? On Sunday morning, Abundant Life Christian Center, which is where KHEA Radio has our offices, it's where our studio is located, is giving away turkeys to every first-time visitor. So if your family has never been to Abundant Life, we just want to welcome everybody that it's your first time. You're going to get a free turkey. All you have to do is come a little bit early. It starts at 10. Just show up and early enough to where you can register. You're just going to have to sign up, some information, and then after the service, we're going to give you a free turkey. Hey, there's nothing wrong. Is there anything wrong, like dietitian, you think like diet-wise with turkey?
No, absolutely not. I mean, turkey's pretty good for you.
It's one of the better choices, I would say. So that's something I would definitely take advantage of. If you've never been to Abundant Life, maybe you know somebody who's never been to Abundant Life, or you know somebody who just wants a turkey. Come on.
See, I should have waited to do my first ever church visit to Abundant Life until Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I want the free turkey.
You've been here for 3 years, Curt.
They're going to recognize you. Work here. You work here.
Can I come in with a disguise? Like with like glasses and a hat?
Kurt's disguise would be the glasses with the nose and the mustache over like his real mustache. And I probably wouldn't recognize him.
I'm here for that first time. Can I get my turkey?
No, this is the time when you go out into like a random public place. You say, "Hey, I'll give you $5 to go to this church, like just one time." And then there's two pros to that. You get somebody in church, and you get a turkey.
Yeah, but you got to give me the turkey. You're gonna make $5, clean $5.
Yeah,
the easiest $5
I'm not
ever.
Doing that for $5. Give me at least like $100, and then I'm definitely doing it.
What
they would buy a turkey for less than that?
Yeah.
Oh,
they would probably do it just for the turkey. They'd be like, okay, but the deal was I was gonna get the turkey, and they're like, no, I'm gonna keep the turkey because maybe they didn't realize.
And they got the $5. Look at them, they're smart.
Yeah,
they're smart.
So they told us how many turkeys that they were gonna get for this thing, and we're like, I don't know. If we talk about this, y'all might need some more turkeys. So we're gonna try and make them run out of turkeys, so that way they're gonna get to the point where it's like, hey, we ran out of turkeys, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you like a voucher, but we're come back tonight or come back and we'll give you a turkey. We're gonna make sure we get enough to get everybody. Every first time visitor on Sunday morning, show up, get a free turkey. Your family, one per family. So you're welcome. Abundant Life's located in Lamarck, Texas. Beautiful Lamarck, Texas. 601 Delaney Road. You can go anywhere in the world from KHEA Radio in Lamarck, Texas. And I truly believe it.
I want them to get to the point where they're like, we really want to promote this, but we can't afford to do it with KHEA because we're going to sell out of turkeys every year.
Yeah, there's a turkey shortage in Galveston County.
Because of us.
Yeah. So we went to Food Right yesterday, and
I thought there was a turkey shortage.
Yeah, there was. There was only like 4 turkeys there. So we may already be in the middle of this crisis. Somebody let us know. I haven't been to HEB in a bit because we've been really busy. But does HEB, are they like stocked on turkeys or like Sam's Club, or there's a Costco now? I feel like there's like a Costco freezer full of turkeys somewhere. Has to be. I
was concerned. Right? We had to hunt for these turkeys.
Literal like bows and arrows, like the Native Americans did. Traditional, first Thanksgiving style.
So this leads me to my poll question. I don't have a really good oven to cook this turkey in, and I have a turkey ready for Thanksgiving, right? But I don't know how long should I put it in the microwave for.
Have you ever cooked a turkey?
No.
I'm not surprised. You're 30 years old, and I feel like at 30 years old, you should at least be involved in cooking a turkey one time in your life.
Usually everyone cooks for me on Thanksgiving.
But you didn't even offer to help? Like maybe just be like, just to like stick around and watch, or like, hey, let me, I don't know, do something, like stick the thermometer in, see if the turkey's cooked. Your eyes are shifting, the wheels are turning.
There's usually like football on or something.
But usually on Thanksgiving, our kitchen is full of like my little sister, my mom, sister-in-laws, all that.
You haven't helped either, Ethan?
I gotta stay out of the kitchen.
That's fair, but you're 16 years old, and so you
That's
still,
true.
yeah. Whenever you get to be 30, I promise you, at least one time, you're gonna help somebody cook a turkey somewhere.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I haven't yet, so don't hold on to it. You're like, oh, by 30, Gardy said I'm gonna be helping with the turkey.
I've cooked a turkey before, not even on Thanksgiving, just because I was like, you know what? I've never cooked a turkey before. I want to cook a turkey, and I cooked it. Yeah.
See, but you have a family. Again, I'm not cooking a turkey.
I didn't have a family at that point. I promise
Really?
you. Yeah, no, I just wanted to cook a turkey.
Did you have a turkey for yourself?
No, I had roommates. I was an adult. I lived with other adults, and we wanted to eat turkey. And for whatever reason, we had one. I think somebody gave us one, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we'll cook." So we cooked a turkey, and it was great.
So you just had a whole turkey.
The answer is yes, Curt. Why are you so shocked? Has anybody else done that?
Like a turkey's a lot of food. Like there's like 16 pounds in that turkey.
Yeah. I don't know how big the turkey was. I don't remember, but no, I cooked a turkey. It's not that hard to believe.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
I'm not going out of my way.
It's not. If somebody gave you, okay, no, I know for a fact if somebody gave you a turkey, you'd probably throw it away. You would probably throw it away.
Probably.
I've seen people do that before. Give Curt stuff, and he's like, nah, oh, thank you. And then it's like, trashed. So be careful what you give Curt. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. Right now it's 8:47. I just saw Justin Gambino. He is in the building. How exciting is that?
I'm stoked for Justin. Like have
like
you heard
a fire?
Have you heard some of his stuff before?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's so good. It's really good.
Are you stoked like a fire, Ethan?
I hate to say this, but I've never heard of him.
You know what? We should take a break. I'm going to download some of his music, and I'm going to pop one in so everybody can hear him. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. Good morning to you. Hey, what do y'all have going on today? I'm sorry for the silly poll question that Curt has up. I feel like we could ask something a little bit better.
What's wrong with the poll question?
Nothing's wrong with the question, but some of the answers are a little off. 40% of the people think that 15 minutes is an appropriate time, and that's far from the truth.
Yeah. Well, they probably think it's like a pretty ridiculous question if you're going to microwave a turkey. Like, hey, ridiculous question. Here's your ridiculous answer. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I believe it.
Take a quick break. I'm going to get some Justin Gambino on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Stephanie Gretzinger, Steady Heart on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM and KHEAradio.com.
What does everyone think that I came up with the poll question? What if it was
you did?
Ethan? It's Ethan's fault.
It was not me. I'm not.
They're like Curt, and I'm like, it could be Gardy who came up with that. Like, why is it always Kurt's fault?
Yeah, it is cold. Mercy. Hey, you stay warm. Everybody stay warm. Yeah, get that rotisserie turkey from HEB. That's good.
That's
too.
easy. Yeah,
it's delicious.
Y'all hear about what went on in youth church last night?
No, what happened?
We did turkey bowling. They took some like non-stick cooking spray, sprayed it all over this tarp, set up soda cans, and then like
what's up?
We threw the turkey like down the tarp and took out.
Hey, we've been doing turkey bowling since I was a kid. Every Thanksgiving. It's so much fun. Hey, go ask Justin which album should we download. What?
Journey Within My Soul's really good. Your Hands and Feet's a good song.
Which one do you recommend for us to download? We're going to download one real quick so everybody can hear it. Yeah, that's the one? Oh, got you.
It's a great song.
Got Your Hands and Feet and
Kingston, DeVille.
Hey Chevy. So in conversation, Curt always says Kingston. I'm like, who are you talking about? Who's Kingston? He's like, Kingston. You know Kingston, and I'm like, dude. But he's talking about you. I'm like, oh, you're talking about Chevy.
Dang, you have to go all the way to the bottom.
Apple's making me agree to some. I don't know. Wait, do I know our password? I think it's like
hide the password.
There's no way they can see. Oh, look.
Seriously?
KHEA. It's like KHEA 995.
YouTube is still up. We're gonna lose Facebook.
Sometimes, let me see. KHEA. Okay, I think it's 995.
Hey, our Facebook is down. Hey,
Ethan.
Ethan, our Facebook's down. Hold on. Tell him to go. Is he sharing the video? We don't have a video to share.
We can't download the music right now. I think it's the card expired. Whatever we had in there.
Dang. Hey, Justin, our internet went down, so hold on.
It's all
to
good.
share it out. We're gonna share it out here.
My name is Gardy.
Justin Gambino.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. Justin.
Oh,
Kurt.
I was the guy who talked to.
What was her name again?
Angela.
Angela. Yes.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She is. She's great, man. Cool if I set my coffee right here.
yeah.
All right.
Hey, let us move this. Yeah, we're gonna move this
That's
speaker out the
fine,
way,
man.
and
That's
then
fine.
you can set it there. Just that way, whenever our stream goes back up, find it easier. You have to
Cool, man.
excuse our pinatas, our
It's all
pinata
good,
collection.
Okay. So it's Kurt,
Gardy.
Ethan, Gardy.
That's right.
You don't need to remember Ethan. Ethan's just the
I
intern.
think Ethan is gonna be the one that I'm gonna remember the best because I have a brother named Ethan.
Mhm.
It'll be really hard to forget that.
Oh, guys, did I mention my brother is Justin Gambino?
Wow.
Never
Pretty
came
good.
up in conversation.
That's pretty good. Ethan is funny. I like Ethan a lot.
All right.
Been able to help us. Yeah, we stream on YouTube and we stream on Facebook.
YouTube stayed active.
Yeah, sometimes Facebook will give us issues, but we'll just relaunch the stream.
I'm sharing
It'll
it
be all
now.
good, man.
Okay, let me get it live first, and then you can share out the actual video. That will help you out. Kickstart.
Are you starting a new video?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Where do you live?
I live.
You wanna
in
go help him?
That's what's up.
It should be live in 3, 2, 1. We're back up on Facebook.
Yeah, I live.
Justin,
I'm
you know how to
from Angleton. I lived in
pull
Angleton
their
until I
share
was
live?
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sharing it to my fan page and my personal page.
I mean,
Hey, are
we're
we
good.
back? What's up, guys? Hopefully everybody's doing good.
Sorry about that.
Mr. Zuckerberg kicked us off our stream, but we're going to be back. YouTube's going strong. If we have any issues here again, just go to KHEA Radio's YouTube, and that stream seems to work very well.
Yeah, and we've never been kicked out of YouTube. We've only ever been kicked out of Facebook.
Only for copyright infringement, where I played a Christmas song yesterday, and then they put the ad on our thing, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, so we apologize for the delay.
The Pentatonics, they deserve that money.
They
You know,
deserve that
whenever
money.
we play you know what? Hey, what is the point? Because isn't it like 18 seconds of a song, and it's like okay,
I thought it was
Isn't
like
it about
30
like that?
seconds.
it's pretty
it used
short.
to be 30 seconds. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't play that much. I should sue
You
YouTube.
played a whole song.
I should sue YouTube.
played
Yeah,
a
that'll
whole
work well
You played a whole song.
on my rights. So yeah, our stream is up. So you're from Angleton.
Yeah, man. Angleton, Texas.
What's up?
Representing
Wildcats.
local. Yeah.
You're from Angleton.
I am. I'm from Angleton. I lived in Angleton until I was 10, and then I moved to Lamarck. So I grew up on 35. So it used to be Middle School West. I don't know what it is now. They had just built Middle School West, right off of. I guess is that 288 and 35, and then there's that school. I think it's West. It's West Side now.
Yeah.
But I went. How old are you?
I'm 30. I gotta think about this. 32.
I'm 32 as well.
Okay.
So which school did you
I
go?
was homeschooled.
Okay.
So I was actually born in Lake Jackson, moved to
Yeah.
Angleton when I was 10.
Gotcha.
So whenever you were 10,
Just
you moved.
your life could have been Justin Gambino's if you would have just
If
stuck
things would have
around.
went better. Yeah. So I was born in Lake Jackson.
If you were born in
I was born in Lake Jackson, but we lived because the hospital was better. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, born in Lake Jackson.
Is it a Houston or Lake Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so we lived right there. I went to West Side,
Okay.
and my sister's a couple years older, so they had just built Middle School West. Like I remember, I thought it was neat because the crosswalk was in our neighbor's yard. So like if you wanted to be a walker to school, like you would just like go to our neighbor's yard, hit the thing, and then you would just walk across. But and then whenever I was 10, so I finished 5th grade, and then we moved to Lamarck because of this church, Abundant Life. So because we went to Trinity Christian Center, which Gary Lanier and Penny Lanier, and is Trinity still there? I know they had moved. Yeah, they had handed the church to some other pastors, but we probably know some of the same people. I would say
the same people
because I grew up. Do you know Matthew Kidd?
I know Matt Kidd.
Yeah,
Soto?
yeah. But I mean, I knew him before he started playing. We were just kids, and like his wole family.
Yeah.
Like spend the night at each other's houses, and always
crazy.
have.
That's crazy that like we never. Well, I don't know.
We might have. I don't know.
We just didn't. We just don't know. I didn't meet Matthew and his family until I was 16, 17.
Okay.
And that's whenever he.
Okay.
Him
What
and
you're sending? Is it graphics?
No video, or sorry, MP3s to throw onto the iTunes.
Okay.
MP3s work.
Yeah.
You need to get a hold of some waves.
No, I was trying to download it, but our payment.
Furniture
wasn't
Zone
working,
is
like the card
located
must
at
have expired or
2350 Dickinson Avenue in Dickinson, Texas. Family owned and
Gotcha.
operated.
So, yeah, we
Furniture
just-
Zone supplies individuals and
software
families with mattresses,
with,
bedroom furniture, bunk beds for your Kurt and for your
with
kids
our
of all
iTunes.
ages, rugs,
Streaming.
couches,
Easy,
sofas,
so
and recliners. You can find out more about
it automatically just
Yeah, there you go.
start playing it.
I should know the Warren song that he's recommended. I'm not stealing these. She's like, what are you guys doing?
You owe me $1.
Good morning, Robert.
Literally right now,
99 cents.
$1.29.
How much do you make off of, like, if I pay 99 cents for a song, you make like,
99 cents.
you do all of it?
Yeah, independent artists, like myself, like
What's up, Robert?
I mean, I pay for like an annual thing through the
to host the music?
what's that?
Like to host the music?
To host the music,
Mhm.
yeah. And so as long as I pay that annual fee, everything like that is purchased. As far as like purchasing goes, like streaming, I don't see barely anything. Like
Plus
Spotify,
your Taylor Swift.
Mr. Taylor Swift. Remember that? What was that, like 2 or 3 years ago?
No.
Whenever she like bashed, like a streaming
Oh
platform.
yes, she did.
Yeah. But no, if you like went on there and bought a single or bought an album, like I would see 100% of it.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Who do you, for your stuff? That's what's up. Hey, who do you use for your hosting?
TuneCore.
TuneCore.
Yeah.
That's yeah. How much does it cost for like a year?
For a year, it's about $49.
That's really
You
good.
just have to sell 49 songs.
It
Exactly.
pays for itself.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I should start writing some music.
You should. Everybody should. Play something.
Good.
Try to.
Right there. That's it. That's the only song I'm playing. What's up, guys? Hey, again, sorry for having 2 streams going. We messed up earlier. Mark Zuckerberg messed up.
I
Or
walked-
something.
messed up real
I
bad.
walked in the door and everything stopped.
You know what it is? Every time we tag Ascension YA, it just the stream decides to mess up.
Dang, that's what
I'm gonna blame Ascension. So we have a worship night every month on Friday nights, and so this Friday night's a worship night, but there's gonna be a cereal bar afterwards. So like you can come and get free cereal after the worship night.
That's legit.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping
is
for
cool.
some Lucky Charms, some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Now, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is.
Is that your favorite? Do you have a favorite cereal?
I mean, I'm a plain Jane Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios guy.
Okay, honey. Now I was gonna say plain Cheerios.
No, not plain.
because those are
Honey Nut Cheerios is where it's at with whole milk.
Okay.
Ooh,
You know,
Oh,
no
yeah.
2%.
Are they
no
gonna have
1%.
2% milk or anything there?
I hope they have some like lactose-free options.
They're gonna be like, here's some.
In my old age, I can't do that stuff.
Here's
anymore.
some skim milk.
Skim.
Enjoy. They'll just have the skim.
Holding the pre-holiday.
We got some- we got-
I need the skim.
Disguised
We got
water.
goat's milk today.
What if we had cows and goats like out there? It's like this is fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh. Get your own milk into your
Yeah,
cereal. That'll
you
be
pour
Ethan.
your bowl of cereal, and then you just go out there and
Ethan knows. Ethan just moved here from Kentucky, and he was like, "Oh yeah, of course he does." Like in my head, Ethan was like on the farm, and like his mom was like, "Pack up, son." He's like, "Yes, ma'am."
is
They
it
loaded the
is
tractor.
it squeeze and pull? Like, don't you like?
We need. That's why we. This is why we need extra cameras in here, so we can get
You
that.
went like this.
Yeah.
Like, you went like this.
When you
and
milk a
squeeze
cow,
down. Did I do it right?
No, you didn't do it right.
Oh, you tighten finger after finger, and you pull down. Oh, you just. So you're going like this the whole time?
This is why people listen. This is why people tune in. Learn how to milk a cow. A KHEA radio with Curt and Ethan.
Oh,
Hey, we can go find a cow in Santa Fe.
let's go
I'm
find a
pretty
cow
sure
and milk a cow.
I passed some
That'd
cows.
be a funny video. When is that, Justin?
yeah.
Hey, put a
that'd be
poll up.
awesome.
Do you have a cow? Can we milk it?
There you go.
Can you do a 2-part poll? Or
I'm gonna do 3 questions like yes, you can milk it, and then no.
And then option to leave the live stream.
Unlike KHEA radio. That's what.
Doing it.
Where are those cow emojis?
I said, do you have a milk?
Do you have a milk? Ethan, what part of Kentucky?
Madisonville.
Oh, okay.
Not Louisville. Basically.
I practiced interviewing Ethan before you got
You said
here.
it right. Louisville. Yeah. Okay, cool.
No, it's Louisville. That's how they say it. At
It's
least.
Louisville.
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 What's the other place? It's Louisville and
She still said
Lexington.
Lexington, Kentucky.
I like Lexington. It's a cool city.
Lexington's a great city. I grew up in Lexington,
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Where is Lexington, Nebraska?
I know. It's almost
I've
like
been to Nebraska.
Middle of nowhere.
Ooh, how was your experience there?
You loved
You
it. You loved it.
I really like Omaha.
Omaha's great. I lived
Yeah.
in Omaha.
Yeah,
We've talked about this. How Peyton Manning. Someone said this
So,
yesterday.
Omaha.
Peyton
I've-
Manning really likes Omaha too.
I've performed in Lincoln and Omaha, but those are the only.
You need to go to Hastings, Nebraska. It's
Ooh.
where the Harvard of the Midwest is.
Harvard
Or
is
it's
in
the CD
Midwest.
store in Lake Jackson. They used to be there.
Sunshine.
Hastings. Oh yeah, I remember Sunshine.
Oh,
I used to get my
Hastings.
my Illuminator comic books and like my DC Talk Jesus
Heck
Freak
yeah,
album from
heck yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Is it still there?
No,
No,
no.
long gone, huh?
Yeah, it's long gone. Along with Hastings.
Yeah,
Hastings
I
is
remember
long-
whenever Hastings like shut down.
Yeah, Hastings is now a Planet Fitness. Exactly. That's their
Crazy.
that's their logo. It's PF.
Planet Fitness. Man, it was a big store. I mean, it makes sense that it's like a Planet Fitness now.
Yeah, I mean it's huge.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, every time he says that, he went to Hastings College. That's where he went to school at, right? But I always think of it's a music store. He said they were sad whenever that they didn't have a Hastings music store in Hastings, but the city of Hastings heard about all the Hastings music stores closing down, and they were pretty upset about it.
Yeah, we'll never get a Hastings now in Hastings, Nebraska.
Yeah,
What is going on?
You should move back to Hastings, Nebraska and open up a Hastings bookstore.
yeah. Hey, I'm ready for people to
hurry
to
before
answer
it
this poll.
closes.
Do you have a cow? Yes.
I
yes,
answered
and
no.
you can milk it. No. I would like to unlike KHEA.
Maria, what's up? Hey, Maria, every time we mention why the Ascension, YA or whatever we call it, Ascension, worship night, Facebook messes up our stream.
I blame Ascension.
Help us out. We were talking about the cereal bar and all that stuff, but I don't know. It's tomorrow though.
Somebody said yes, but we can't milk it. That sucks. Oh, that was you? Don't mess with our poll results, Ethan. I'll fire you again today.
That was coming from the gentleman who knows. The only one in this room that knows how to milk a cow.
Yeah, because you would violate it and you would not be milking it right. You're just gonna be doing this, and he told you I don't know how many times, it's just do this, and you're like, we're only asking this about milking cows because of the cereal bar. So we're wondering all the options of milk they're gonna have for Ascension tomorrow. We want fresh milk, goat's milk straight from the cow. I want goat's milk straight from the cow. That's how fresh.
I was about to say, if you want goat's milk straight from the cow, you're not going to get it.
I have high standards.
Wow. I can't believe
What's
you
up,
just
Sarah?
said that.
I would like goat's milk straight from the cow that's lactose free, please.
Yes, no lactose for me. Well, people say like whenever it's fresh like that if people have like lactose issues, sometimes it doesn't bug them. I don't know. There's places there's a place in Santa Fe that is like a barn. Apparently you walk in and there's no cameras, there's no people working. They have milk like and eggs and all this stuff just fresh. And they have like a bucket there and you just like drop your money in. It's like honor system.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, but yeah, it has a small town
I feel
feel.
like that's like an Angleton kind of thing to do.
Well,
Angleton's growing
yeah, I was
pretty,
gonna say
pretty good. Now, there is a farmer that I know of back home that he does something like that, like the honor system with his sweet corn. He has sweet corn fields.
Mhm.
And then sometimes before it all goes bad, if he can't, sell it all or get rid of it all, I remember whenever I used to work and I wasn't doing music at this time, but I was whenever I used to work, you like that? But he would bring it into my workplace and be like, "Y'all want some sweet corn?" And we're like, "Yeah." So he would just bring us bags of it. But that kind of reminds me, I was touring through Idaho and I was staying with some folks, and they had this asparagus. They like made me like a moose steak with like this jumbo size asparagus, like the size of my thumb, like huge. And they said, "Yeah, some local folks here, they just leave it out on the side of the street.
Wow.
And you grab yourself a bag and throw in $5 and
You're good to go.
good to go."
And we got 20 seconds. We'll go on the FM as well. We'll introduce you and we'll keep talking about everything.
Did you bring a guitar to sing to or no?
I always bring it with radio stuff. So, I
We
mean,
can do a song.
just in case.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
8 seconds.
You want to.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have a very special guest in studio. We have Mr. Justin Gambino. What's up, Justin?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining us. So you are a musician. You're local, not too far down the street. And how long did it take you to get here?
It took me about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of over there by the fairgrounds
Okay.
in Angleton. So
My grandma's, their house is over there. But my grandma moved in with my parents here. But my granddad stayed over there because he's like, I'm not moving.
okay.
You know, so-
yeah.
so
So I
they-
live really close to 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I just jumped
Easy.
on it and just drove it right here.
Cool.
I
So
mean, it was really easy.
I've been on 2004.
Yeah, that's
Right.
where Legacy Collision is. They passed the Blint base and all
And that's
that.
how you get to Danbury,
Chocolate
right?
Bayou, you get to Danbury, then you're right there in Angleton.
You know
I-
Danbury?
I know where Danbury is.
He went
I
to
passed through it one time. I sneezed and almost missed it, but
you went to a worship night.
went to a worship night there.
Do you know Calvin Campbell?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
I
Calvin
was about
Camp-
to ask if it was with Love Offensively and their
Mhm.
worship
I
thing.
usually have my hat. I should have worn my hat today. I
Yeah.
have a Love Offensively hat that I won at one of the worship nights.
Oh,
there.
nice.
You were
Yeah.
at Danbury Baptist, where our friend Cody Trevino, he's a worship leader there at Danbury
Yeah,
No,
Baptist.
Cody.
He did the worship night, right?
Yeah, he did the worship night there, and I almost took a job in Danbury. Actually interviewed in Danbury to be a teacher there almost, and I was like, no, I don't really want to work in
I was
Danbury.
wondering if it was going to be a cow milker.
Danbury?
I got a job interview.
Yeah.
And Danbury.
I'm going to be a farmer.
Be a farmer.
I almost took it.
The benefits weren't that good. Hey, I have to say, Sarah said that you could get some raw milk from Santa Fe, and then she said they also have chocolate milk. So I'm wondering, how raw is that milk? If it comes out chocolate milk, do they get like the chocolate cows, or they feed the cows chocolate and it comes
I
out?
think she didn't say chocolate milk. She just said chocolate.
Chocolate. Just straight up chocolate, not chocolate milk.
I don't think you can get chocolate milk from a cow.
I don't know.
I don't know if is that physically possible.
Justin, do you know?
Ethan, can you chime in?
I don't know. If anything's coming out that looks like chocolate, I wouldn't put it in my mouth. What did Ethan say?
Ethan said something about Americans actually believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Yeah, it does, right? 13% of Americans believe that chocolate milk comes from chocolate colored cows.
There are some Oreo cows out there, right?
I do call them Oreo cows as well.
See, they got the chocolate on the outsides and then the vanilla in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
They
an
got them
Oreo
everywhere
cow.
in California.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
California.
I remember my ex-wife, she said that growing up, she would travel the roads looking for the Oreo cow.
Yeah, they're out there.
That's cool.
And that if they got them, then their grandparents would give them money for it. But I don't think they ever found an Oreo cow.
So can you dip an Oreo cow in its own milk?
Ethan? Look at the expert over
the
here.
cow expert.
Hey, we came here to talk music, and now we're talking cows. I love this conversation.
Yeah. So wait, you said you know Cody? You know Cody Trevino?
Cody Trevino, Calvin Campbell.
Yeah, yeah.
Cody Trevino is the worship leader over at Danbury Baptist.
Yeah. So me and Cody, I don't know. I've known Cody since I was probably about 15 or 14 years old, and so we had played in a band together, and it was a punk rock band. And he had his own punk rock band in Danbury, but I had another one, so I brought him on as my drummer. So then we kind of, it was a good thing. And then after our band ended, I joined their band.
Okay.
It was called Color Tonight Red, and we had played, Dunbar, like all the parts.
Man, I'm sure that we've seen each other because I've been to at least one of those Dunbar shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, we did that for a while, and it was a lot of fun. And so now me and Cody played music together a lot since. So he came and played our last worship event. He was here and played with us, and I think he played we had our church conference last week, and so he came and played a couple nights with our team as well. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's good stuff.
That's cool. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I love Cody. So Justin, you're a musician, and you have a bunch of music out. We went and looked at your iTunes. There's a lot of stuff. So you've been pretty busy, it seems.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Busy the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I've just been pursuing music since 2010. Really, whenever God, I started playing music at a young age. I got my first guitar at 15. Not that young, but and so just got my start as a worship leader. Led worship for the youth, even for the fifth graders, little kids, and then leading worship in the regular services, and then God just really started speaking to my heart about the music that pours out of me naturally, the stuff that He's writing through me needs to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so back in 2013, at 2010, at this time, whenever I decided to start pursuing music, I was in the Navy, and even God was pursuing me then. He was opening up doors for me to lead worship.
Wow.
In the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, what are you doing, Lord? I didn't think that at the time. At the time, I was actually straying away from the Lord. And 2013, I decided to get out. After 8 years, I was halfway to retirement with the Navy.
Wow.
And so 2013, I decided to leave the Navy. And then a year later, I asked my job if I can go down to part-time, that I feel like the Lord's calling me to do music full-time. And then by 2015, I've been full-time.
That's awesome.
And so it seems like it's still struggling to get somewhere. But whenever I say all that in a couple minutes, I'm thinking things have really progressed quickly. God has just been so faithful and opening doors left and right. And I've had the privilege and honor of leading worship at different churches, performing alongside some really big names at festivals. And so it's been a cool ride. It's been a cool journey. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Can you share a little bit about your time in the Navy? So you did 8 years in the Navy.
Yeah.
How did that go? Were you stationed here in the States or?
My reserve time, my inactive reserve time, I was actually in Ellington Field, Galveston, for a couple years. The other 6 years, I was either based in Port Hueneme, California, Ventura County, so I was a CB. A CB is a construction battalion.
Cool.
So we would be in support of the SEALs and Marines wherever they were. We were usually there with them on the front lines. So we were construction. So we would, if the Marines needed a helo pad poured, they'd be like, "Hey, we need this helo pad poured. Can you guys pour some concrete?" We're like, "Yeah, we'll get on it."
That's cool.
So we're like behind enemy lines, like pouring concrete.
Wow.
So it'd be crazy. So did a tour in Iraq in 2007. Also went to a few places like overseas, like Kuwait, of course, in and out of country, Germany, Ireland, and then of course throughout the States. So
did your time in the Navy and the military and going anywhere, I mean, does that correlate at all to being a musician and getting to travel? And did that like help prepare you for what
I think
journey you're on now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I look back, I kind of feel like God was already preparing me to like be away from like family and friends.
Yeah.
Because like being on the road as a musician, like it's hard. I just came off like a 6-month tour where like I released the album in April and I've been on the road since.
Yeah.
Like I've only been home for like a couple weeks, if that. And tour life, whether it's a musician or whether it's military, it's hard being away from family. It's hard, and then whenever you come back, like, especially this year, like I even had some of the feelings that I had whenever I came back from Iraq in 2007, 2008. Like I was like, man, things are different. Things have changed. People are different. I'm different. I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, like being gone for so long and then come back. You're like, oh, I didn't recognize that restaurant there. It's because it's brand new or something like that, and so, but yeah, it's, that transition back into, I wouldn't say like civilian life,
Tour, there's tour life, and then there's like
tour life, and then there's
life?
home life.
Yeah.
And then you got to get back in the routine of like doing home chores. Like I've been doing my honeydew list. My honeydew list.
You're married?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we celebrate 6 years in March.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so it's like, transitioning back home, and it's like I like all these blisters. Like this is like yard work and stuff I've been doing. Like usually my fingertips are hurting, but not my whole hands. But
yeah, the yard hasn't been cut in 6 weeks. You're like, nobody cut the yard. I was on tour. Yeah, no. The good thing is the grass is gonna stop. It gets colder. Stop growing as much. Kurt, you got some allergies going on today.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. I'm not over here dying today. I promise.
Oh, it's funny. Right now it is 9:18. We're talking to Justin Gambino. He's from Angleton, Texas, a local musician doing some cool things, traveling all over. Just got back from being on tour and getting used to that. I guess that home life. And when's the next time you're going out? When are you planning? Maybe next year sometime?
Yeah, definitely. Like I have dates starting back up in April.
Okay.
So between now and then, I'll be in and out of the studio.
I have dates starting back up in April as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, dates.
He's not married, and that's what he's trying to tell a joke right now.
Oh, okay.
Somebody.
I'm done. Okay, go
We're
back
gonna
to
get along just fine, Kurt.
He got the joke.
Yeah. So yeah, April, you're gonna go back out and play some more shows. But like, so what's the plan? You have like, is it a songwriting season and like holiday time, or like
Well, for the next month and a half, it's gonna be family holiday time. There are times whenever, I'm not trying to sit down and write. I'm a firm believer that like if you're a songwriter, like you need to schedule time to do it. Like I'm the type of songwriter that like I gotta feel like inspired.
Yeah.
But inspiration for me like comes at 9 a.m. every morning. Like you gotta like schedule time to do it. You gotta be disciplined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And so even if you don't feel inspired, sit down for 15 minutes, you'll start reading a book, start digging into the scriptures. You're gonna find some inspiration somewhere.
Yeah. Do you find any inspiration from maybe any other artists, whether they're Christian or not?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's like you hear a song and it's like, that song blew my mind. Like, like I need, I'm going to work on something. I like that feel or take that. Who are some people that inspire you?
Probably one of my biggest inspirations is John Foreman of Switchfoot. I really like Switchfoot, really like John Foreman. I've really been digging into Need to Breathe, watching their little short films lately. Love those guys. Coldplay. Love listening to Coldplay. They've inspired me since I was a little kid. You know, just love their music. And I really love the melody, hooks, and rhythms of what Imagine Dragons has been doing. Imagine Dragons, they've been killing it.
Their drum beats,
yeah,
you know, are really what get me going, I guess.
Yeah. It's such good stuff. As far as like, and then I mean, I have like, I'm on the road like 6 months out of the year, like we were saying before. So like, I get to meet a lot of artists, whether it's like small local folks like myself or like big artists. So like, I get a taste of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so like, I enjoy following along, following like the smaller names more than the bigger names.
Has there been somebody that you played with and maybe they were smaller and then you've kind of been able to watch, you know, their success rise up and you're like, oh man, there's either two feelings I would imagine would come. It's like, dang, they did that, you know, like, oh, that could have been me, you know, or, you know, you're just like, oh, that's awesome. You know, they deserve it. But has there been anybody that's, you know, maybe not been as big and they've kind of started to either go on the rise now?
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Like there was one guy that I met at a men's conference, that he's been doing a lot of good stuff. Now I'm trying to remember his name. Like his name just
was he
left
local
me.
here or is he somewhere else?
He was local here and he's still doing stuff. He's still releasing music.
That's cool. What conference? Where were y'all at when y'all played?
The Cove over there, and like it was like right outside of Columbus.
Okay.
The Cove. It was like a retreat center.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Cove.
The Cove. Well, I know over there, well, in Columbus, like Birchfield Ministries and like Discovery Camp and all that. I went there growing up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't those. I think it was called the Cove.
Yeah.
And
the thing
his name will come back to me.
Yeah. Give him a shout out if you remember. But the thing that's interesting about like Columbus and going to those camps, like I remember being a kid and obviously we didn't have cell phones, but now like whenever we send like our youth and even anybody else, like you don't get cell signal. You don't get cell signal anywhere over there.
I think they have like a cell blocker on campus. You know,
it's just the trees. It's nature. It's like yeah.
They actually have like a device in the office. It's like
you need to focus on God.
Yeah.
Get off the internet, focus on God, and ride this water slide. You're gonna be okay.
Now there's some camps where I led worship this year over the past couple years, and it'll be in like New Mexico or Colorado, and we're like 10,000 feet up, like in the mountains, and you know there's no cell phone service up there. It's like, yeah, you guys don't have a device to block my cell service. Like we're out in the middle of nowhere. That's where we are.
Yeah. And the kids probably would not have came if they had known it was going to be like that.
It's like after camp, after everything, like I start seeing like people follow me on my Snapchat and Instagram because they'll write it down.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
Yeah, that part, that would be tricky.
Going back in the day, getting people's MSN, their messengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, what is your MSN? And then you're like, I had like a whole sheet of paper that had their MSN. And then you go back home on the computer.
That's
and
funny.
type in their thing, and then you're like,
that's
hey,
what you did.
Remember me from camp?
Yeah.
You were cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what you did. That's what you did. You had to like write it down, remember it. You know, what do we do now?
Yeah. The first time.
Have our phones for our notes and all that stuff.
The first time I remember somebody giving me anything that has to do with the internet, it was in third grade. My buddy Justin Baker signed in yearbooks. What you did?
Yeah.
He wrote his Hotmail address down, which I mean, I'm trying to think third grade. It was like 94, 93 or something like that. And he had an email address, or somebody did in his house, or he made one up. I don't know, but I was just like, what's that? I can't, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, in third grade. It would have been like 93. Yeah, or 4.
Interesting.
I don't know. Shout out Justin Baker. What's up, man?
That name sounds so familiar.
Hope he's doing good. I don't know. I haven't seen him since third grade. I think he left the school. I should email him. I need to find my yearbook and send him an email. And hopefully that Hotmail is still active. So right now we're talking to Justin Gambino. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. Kurt's having an allergy attack. We need to get him some like fresh dairy.
Good.
Maybe that'll help him.
It was all the talk about the milk.
Is it?
Yes. It was making my
your fingers tingle.
Yes.
Hey, if you have any questions, let us know. Let us know, what do y'all have going on today? Maybe you want to find out about Justin's music. How would somebody find your music?
They can go to justingambino.com, or they can search Justin Gambino anywhere you can download or stream music. You can just search it and it'll pop up.
That's cool. And it's spelled just like it sounds.
Yeah.
Because I guessed it.
Like the Great Gambino.
The Great, yeah. Sandlot. You've seen the Sandlot, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. It's a
Kurt,
classic.
have you seen the Sandlot?
Oh, I love the Sandlot.
Just making sure. Where does that take place? What town is that?
The Great Bambino. But with a G.
Yeah.
With a G. Oh, you could be the Great Gambino.
You mean that wimpy deer?
That would be like your hip hop. Like whenever you come out with like a rap album or something like that.
Yeah.
The Great Gambino.
The Great Gambino.
Yeah.
I should do that.
This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to start playing that hip hop spinoff album. This one.
You guys play a good variety.
Yeah, we need to. We're gonna get Ethan in here to pop in some more music. But yeah, we try to. So with our stuff, we try to be different, where we base it around worship music, and then we put in like pepper in like the other, whether it's like the pop, Christian pop, or so it's mainly worship, and then some rock, pop, and like what other Christian stations would play as well.
Yeah. Do you get a good response from that?
Yeah, a lot of people like it because it's the variety.
Yeah.
But like, you know,
you don't get that with the national stuff.
Yeah, and plus local. And if anybody sends us something and we like it, we're like, yeah, we'll play it. So there's that part too. And we do some CCM stuff. And then we built a CCM like 2 hours actually on Thursdays, and we call it Throwback Thursday. But it'll be like some newer CCM and then like some old stuff. Yeah. And some people like it. Yeah. So
you don't get
stand for. I've always wanted to know that.
Contemporary Christian music.
Contemporary.
Yeah.
So Justin, did you know about our radio? So here's how this connection was made. I saw an email that said, "Hey, we'd love to come on your radio show."
We heard about Justin about an event you did in Lake Jackson. This was a long time ago. I think Air One was there, or KSBJ was there.
Well, I recently did an album release party in Lake Jackson.
When earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Like March or
it was April.
April. Yeah, that's whenever we first heard about that event.
Okay.
And then what happened? Did somebody reach out to us, or we reached out?
Yeah, we got an email like a week ago from Angela.
Yeah.
Said, "Hey,
Angela's been taking care of like all my radio stuff.
That's cool.
It's been awesome."
What's Angela's last name?
Nathan. She's from California.
Oh, okay. She's from California. What? Surround sound stereo. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so then I was like, hey, we should look into this. So I started to play some of the music, and then I saw on there from Angleton. I'm like, Gardy's from Angleton. This is awesome.
Nice.
So I had to bring you in.
Nice. I was actually in Lubbock performing for some vets over the weekend whenever she texted me and she said, hey, I got some good news with a local radio station near your hometown. We need to talk. It's like, what? Which is really cool. Appreciate you guys having me here.
Man, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna play one of your songs. So I think we did for this. Can you recognize it from this video clip? Which song this is? So I categorize it right.
That one right there. Yeah, that's For You, My Heart.
What's the
album title is Journey Within My Soul.
Where does it? Oh yeah. Why doesn't it have the? Why doesn't it have the?
Like the title of the song?
Yeah.
Oh, it says it up there.
Okay, so it already had the song names. What do you? Whenever you categorize yourself by genre, are you more pop, worship?
I usually put singer-songwriter. That's what I usually do, or like a folk rock.
Yeah, I'll put worship because then it'll play you more.
Cool. Is that actually going into your system, like for rotation? Cool.
Yeah, and then let me see.
I appreciate that, man.
No problem.
I like the one with the when you're in the forest. In
the
music video.
That's For You, My Heart. That was the Redwoods, bro.
That's awesome.
That was really cool. Yeah, I did that. It's actually been almost a year exactly since we were over there cutting that music video.
Is that near like the fires and stuff? Do you have any
No, the fires are really south. Well, no. Well, the fires are kind of all over in California right now. I got a lot of friends that are displaced by that. But no, the Redwoods is probably still another 4 hours.
You've got me feeling like the rising tide.
I'm just chopping in with to make it fade in and out, getting it ready to be played.
You working, man. You're doing the editing process. There you go.
So yeah, so it'll just be smooth. Let me see. It comes in. It has like the
you
the
can
ocean.
even, like take out some of the intro.
Pop some of it. I like it. Sounds good. There we go.
You've got me feeling like
7 seconds. Here, I always do a little ramp, so that way we know when your vocal comes in, so we can say, "This is just a
you've got me feeling like
perfect.
The right.
Got the other one.
I got a brother that lives in No, Ethan actually lives in Engleton. My brother Ethan. He's an Engleton firefighter.
He's a firefighter, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Are you putting in music right now?
A little bit.
That's awesome.
He's DJing, man.
Which one are you putting in right now?
Well, I'm just having both ready. You put your other sweater on?
I think it was my shirt that was causing me to like
Yeah. Maybe you had some cat hair on it.
cat hair or something.
Pulled it out of the closet. It's been sitting there for like a year. You didn't even wash it. Who does that?
How do you know?
I
How do
don't.
you know? How do you know my life, Justin? Are we like best friends already?
A little bit.
Actually,
Did we just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
We go play karate in the basement.
You
like guacamole?
I'll become the winds and feet. If I seek and find
This is perfect.
That's the one with in the woods.
This one's my
Sweet.
favorite that I've heard so far. Did I send you that one for you in my heart?
Yeah,
Can we play that one next?
What?
yeah. He just got done fading in and out. Like
What song are
editing.
you going to play for us live?
Ooh, is it
What?
one of these? Because I'll take them out.
No, we can do something different.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm playing them back to back.
You're playing Justin Gambino back to back? What?
Back to back. I've gone
So,
crazy.
The great Gambino back to back.
Can we play a little teaser for our listeners?
Over
on
the
Facebook?
yeah, for sure. I'll put some on over the.
What's that?
What's going on over? I
He's
think.
gonna get some money back.
You've got
Yeah,
me
YouTube's
feeling like
gonna hit us and then pop an ad and it's gonna give you some money.
rising tide. Highs and lows.
Love this song.
The salty
This is my
Pacific
jam.
air reminds me that I'm so far
We can
from
talk over it, too.
home. But when we speak, I
Narrate
feel
this. I'm narrating the music. Sounds
like
good.
I'm
Where'd you record?
Your mics are on, right?
No, it's on over here. They can hear us, but they can hear it. Black River.
My heart is like a cage for you to explore. You've got the only key to my wandering soul. For you, my heart is an open door.
So this is the album you're releasing.
For you, my heart is an open door. It's an open door.
How many well, first of all, how many songs are on the album, and then how long did it take you to record?
I've experienced love
10 songs on the album, and
most of my days.
this album's probably going to be 6 years. But the recording process, like recording mix, master, and release, like between the recording and release.
I've realized what separates us.
Yeah, recording is expensive.
Like, and the reason why it takes so long is, especially when you're like 20 kind of thing.
All the funding.
Well, this album was 100% that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I did a Kickstarter.
If you don't mind, what was your goal?
My goal was that was really cool. The cool thing was, one thing that I really want to do something different. It's like, whenever people are doing Kickstarter, like, it's usually from behind the screen, reading and stuff. Okay, so for me, like, I want to tour while it was possible.
You could tell people.
So I like told people, and so like then I got the chance to so it was really cool, like, to actually be there performing. So it was really cool. So I was on tour the entire time. It was live on Kickstarter. Didn't hit the goal like 3 days before.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Idaho whenever it hit.
Yeah.
Still had like 2 years.
That's cool.
What's your biggest place that you've ever played in?
I would say it would have to toss up between. As far as like, I would say that there's a church really as far as like festivals, like you're in front of like thousands of people, you're going on like a couple hours before.
You've got the only key
and so those are always really cool. Festivals. One right next door to where you're from. Yeah. Rapid City. Yeah, we had that Global High Festival. Here. It's such a cool venue. They like shut down the entire, downtown square and do like the artist spotlight, even like Jeff and like the artists did that here. And I just thought, all right. It was like this. Thank you, man.
So my buddies, Brightwork, well, they're from Virginia, but they did a Kickstarter, and then they did a $10,000. They met their goal, but then so they do this competition for like, I'm gonna turn this music. I don't know if that's too loud for you guys, but we have another song coming up too. But that was one of Justin's songs, and we have another one playing at khearadio.com, and then over the FM as well right now. But they won like some competition where they were able to go like on the festival circuit, like so they played all the major festivals, and it was just pretty neat to see. But it was like a battle of the bands type thing to be able to win it. But Rock the Desert over in Midland or something. So they flew in from Virginia to go, or actually they drove in. So they drove all the way just to play that one because it was a battle of the bands to be able to win it. But their bass player couldn't get off work. And so I used to play in the band with one of the other guys somewhere else. And they said, hey, can you come play bass? And I was like, sure, send me the song. So they sent me all the bass tracks. So I just jammed them for like a week. And then we went over there and, it went really well. And so won the competition. And then the next year they were on the festival, which was last year. They won the festival, got to play all the festivals. And
did you already say the band name?
It was Brightwork. They're from Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
they
I did Creation Fest with them.
Yeah. I'd play the Pennsylvania one. Yeah, I got to play that one years ago in a band that I was in with one of the guys. That's how I knew him.
Have you been to the one up in the Northwest?
Mm-mm.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've performed at I think it was 2015 when I performed at the Northwest, and then last year I was at the Northeast, and
which one's better?
Like Shirleysburg, Pennsylvania. They're both cool, man. They're both rad. You know, everyone's camping out and just walking around. You meet so many new people, and for me, like my experience with the one in Pennsylvania was a lot better because because there was more open doors that it led to.
Yeah.
You know, the one up in the Northwest, it was kind of like a 2-week tour run. Like whenever I was in Pennsylvania, it was really cool because I performed on the Fringe stage, and then there was a local radio station there in Pennsylvania that wanted me to come to their tent because they had like this tent set up at the festival. And then I came in there, and I really didn't focus on my music a whole lot. I just felt led to lead worship whenever I was there at the tent. So we did some worship, and the tent just got filled up, packed out. And before I left, they said, "Hey, can you stay in town for a few extra days? We want to bring you into the radio station after the festival's done and over." My next show was in Florida, and I mean, you're talking 19-hour drive, and I'm by myself, and so I was like, well, I was going to take that time to make my way down the coast. What time you want me in the station? They're like, we want you in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to make this trip in one day.
Yeah.
And so I stayed in town for a few extra days, and they had me over the air. So this year they actually had me perform at the radio station because they had the venue there and all that stuff.
That's cool.
But it was really cool to see how God opened doors from just it's tough to drive for 2-3 days, to a festival
by yourself,
by yourself. Yeah. And then, out of that, God was like, well, here's an open door for this radio station. And whenever I went over there, it was a really large station, and they were telling me, they're like, yeah, so we have about 80 to 100,000 people tuning in from this hour. So we really want to get you in on this hour. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah. So
it's cool to see how that, you look back and sometimes you think all right, what am I doing out here? This is me on my own, 19-hour drives.
Yeah.
Tough.
And that is hard.
God has been good, man.
One thing that you had mentioned just about playing the festivals, I saw my buddies in Brightwork, they had played a side stage, and John Foreman was going on before that. It was a solo thing. It was weird.
Yeah.
He was going on before, and he was like, hey guys, would y'all want to play as my band
Same thing
for a couple songs? How cool is that?
Same thing happened to me in California, dude.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. John was doing a solo performance before Switchfoot headline that night, and a 30-minute set. And I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I was backstage, and he invited I want to say it was 15 of us. It was 4 different artists represented on stage. He said, y'all want to join me for my last 3 songs? And I wasn't playing anything. I was just singing. And I was a background singer. I was
tambourine.
No, nothing, dude. What I was doing, I literally was snapping my fingers, and the whole crowd started snapping their fingers on beat, and John would look over me. He's like, yeah, man, that's awesome, dude.
Welcome.
yeah, look me up. No,
cool.
It was cool, man. Yeah, John does that so much, and it's cool how, he's a guy that, a lot of people know, but he acts like he's nobody. It's really cool. Yeah.
We got 15 minutes. Do you want to practice a song with his guitar?
I think it'll be fine.
I can tune up.
Yeah, just tune up.
So we got 15 minutes before we're actually live again?
No, we got
we
got about 3 minutes before we're live again. We'll talk for a little bit, and then maybe if you want to, you can let us know what song you're going to play, and then you can either share a little bit about the song before or after, or before and after, or whatever.
Cool.
Whatever works. What do you got? What kind of Taylor you got?
This is
the Koa
224. Yeah.
Koa. Yeah.
224.
Which the second 2, that means it's a little bit bigger than that, because I have a 214, and then my father-in-law has a 414, and that's the one I usually play. But the 2, because I didn't understand. I just know that they sound amazing.
Yeah,
all Taylors.
I love this.
Oh, and the Koas for sure.
This one's great.
But that means the body's a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
than the 14th?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I can do your hands and feet. I mean,
That's cool.
What I usually do with the hands and feet, I usually break out the harmonica for it.
That's
So
cool.
it's a little bit different than the recording. If that's cool.
Yeah,
you want me to
definitely.
choose a different one. It's a fan favorite, so everybody loves it whenever I do that one.
Are you good in that chair, or do you want us to get you one without arm?
No, I'm perfect. I can just break out my nifty
The tuner?
Boss tuner app. I mean, it looks just like the
Pedal.
pedal. It's like probably like actual size too.
Yeah.
It's a little tight from that cold weather.
Kurt, don't sniff. You're going to mess up the tuner.
You just sniffed an A flat.
Allergies and A flat.
So Angela said that one of you guys play bass. You play bass? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't tell Angela that. How did she know
Kurt-
that?
Kurt plays, well, he's more of a,
I'm a vocalist.
yeah.
You're a vocalist?
I can sing.
Was the
I'm a
question mark on the
world-class
end?
singer.
Oh, yeah.
Today.
Not today, but yeah. Every other day. World class. World class sneezer. Is Robert taking his what?
Robert's taking the mic.
World class sneezer? What are you talking about? Text me, I can't hear it. That should be good. Would you be good to go in like 40 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I'm excited for this. This is gonna be fun.
Me too, man. I haven't warmed up my vocals at all. That's whenever it's like really raspy. You know, it's like
Ooh.
edgy and raspy, and you don't know what to expect if you're gonna hit a wrong note or squeak or be good.
Hopefully all of them. Hopefully a little bit of
all
everything. Yeah.
You can just kind of place it kind of
Okay.
in the center.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll pick up everything. So we got 13 seconds. I'll introduce you, and this is, you said your hands and feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Kurt.
We have Justin Gambino in studio. Justin's about to play a song live for us right here in studio. It's Your Hands and Feet right here on KHEARadio.com and 99.5 FM. There you go, Justin. Take it away.
Take my hand and take my heart, guide my steps to where you are, because I feel so far, I feel so far. I look to you in times of need, but where am I when you need me to be your hands and feet? And I will follow you, my friend. I will follow you to the end. In my darkest nights, you'll be my light. In my darkest days, you'll shine the way to where you want me to be. Like you spread your arms across that tree, I spread your love you gave to me, yes, to be your hands and feet. God, your hands and feet. Dead
times when I lose my way. There are moments when I am led astray, away from you, yes. But the rain washes away my footprints, so I can let go of where I've been and remember where I am. And I will follow you, my friend. I will follow you to the end, yes. In my darkest nights, you'll be my light. In my darkest days, you'll shine the way, Lord, to where you want me to be. Like you spread your arms across that tree, I'll spread your love you gave to me, to be your hands and feet. Your hands and feet is what I'll be. I'll take you everywhere with me, and they will realize that it's not me they see. In my darkest nights, you'll be my light. In my darkest days, you'll shine the way, Lord, to where you want me to be, yes. Like you spread your arms across that tree, I'll spread your love that you gave to me, yes, to be your hands and feet, Lord, your hands and feet. If I seek and find where I belong, I'll become your hands and feet. If I seek and find where I belong, I'll become your hands and feet, God. If we seek and find where we belong, we'll become his hands and feet. If we seek and find where we belong, we'll become his hands and feet.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. That's Justin Gambino. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. That is called Your Hands and Feet. And that's on your brand new album, which came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
What's the album called?
The album is titled Journey Within My Soul.
Journey Within My Soul. So we already put that into rotation.
Thank you, man.
Your song, and we got another one in there. We're gonna probably pop some more in, but hey, that's awesome. Can you kind of share? I mean, listening to the lyrics, I can kind of tell exactly what the song's about. But share, I guess, a little bit behind what that song means to you, and maybe writing that song.
Yeah, absolutely. It was about 4 years ago. Whenever, at the time, like every Sunday, my pastor, whenever he would end his sermon, he said, whenever you leave these doors, go out and be the hands and feet of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Be the hands and feet of Jesus. And I knew that in my own life, I wasn't doing that at 110%. I mean, we can give 60% here, we can give 80%, but like God wants all of it. He wants us to give everything we got to the kingdom. And so for me, like I said, I was feeling really convicted. And that's why it says, I look to you in times of need, when I'm praying, when I need something. But where am I whenever you need me to be your hands and feet? And like, that was like a conviction I had. You kind of feel the thumb of the Holy Spirit in the center of your back. And you're like, yep, that was you, Lord. And you're like, I know. And so for me, like, I knew that God was calling me to do music, but I was still staying in my comfort zone at work, making a consistent paycheck, And so I knew that God was calling me to do music, and that's where that song comes from. So like, that pre-chorus that says, I will follow you, my friend, because God calls us his friends. And, and so, like it says that, like, I will follow you, my friend, I'll follow you to the end. Like basically that anthem saying like, all right, I'm going to do this. Like if you're calling me to be your hands and feet, and if being your hands and feet means write this music and to release it and to go out and encourage people with those songs and those stories, then I'm gonna do that with 120%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the cool thing about that song, and then just the, you know, the message, be the hands and feet, that can mean something different to everybody.
Oh yeah.
It can mean something to
Yeah.
me, something to you, something to Kurt, something to Ethan, because, you know, the body, they all are trying to accomplish the same goal, but you know, they all don't, you don't walk on your hands. You know, your
Everybody's got
hands,
different gifts.
yeah.
God's given everybody different gifts.
Mm-hmm,
It could be, you know, making a good cup of coffee,
mm-hmm.
and then you could run into someone that needs that encouragement today, along with their cup of coffee. You know what I mean? So like
I do,
everyone's
yeah.
got a gift, and everyone has you know, God-given gifts. You know, and you know, one thing that I remember whenever I was thinking like, all right, I know that God has called me to do great things, but I don't really like. I enjoy doing music. I really enjoy doing music, but I want to make sure I'm like in His will.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading a book at the time, and it said, write down on a piece of paper, like 3 things that you love to do, that you absolutely love to do, like, you know, whatever it is. So I wrote out a few things, and it said, now, what brings you and other people closer to God? Of those 3 things, it's, you know, what brings other people and yourself closer to God. I was like, And during that time, I was leading worship, and even like, you know, I was playing a few of my original songs that I wrote. And during that time, there was several people that God used that came to me whenever I was reading that book and like wrote out those things. Like they came up to me and they said, man, whenever you sing and play, like I feel God's presence, and like it just brings me closer into His presence. And that was like the same time that like I wrote those things out.
It's awesome.
Like, wow, like God couldn't have made it any more clear, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we got a couple minutes left. Can you share, how can somebody find information about you, maybe your social media, website, and how they can find your music?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you go to justingambino.com, it leads you to everything as far as like Instagram, Facebook, leads you to all the social media platforms, you know, Twitter. Who's on Twitter these days?
Not us.
President Trump. That's about it.
I was about to say Trump's on there. No, but yeah, so I mean, you can find me. You can just search Justin Gambino, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. And then as far as like music goes, it's iTunes, Spotify, really anywhere you can stream or download music, you can search it, and it'll all my recent projects.
It's awesome.
Will come up. Yeah, YouTube. I love YouTube, man.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube's awesome. You can search me on YouTube. Subscribe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will subscribe. We have one too, so we'll definitely
I'll
subscribe.
to you guys.
We need
You're probably gonna make some money off of us today because
those
your song
copyright
was in
infringement.
the copyright.
I get my monthly YouTube royalties.
Nice. We need to release something so we can get some kind of royalty. It's just
There
Kurt,
you go.
like him sneezing and me like being like Kurt, and that's it.
You know what I've realized though? Like what helps me the most is like whenever someone adds my song to like one of their videos. Like I had someone like release like a lyric video of one of my songs from an album, and like I saw a ton of royalties from it.
So that's what happened with it. Maybe we'll just
crazy.
We'll make an intro for KHEA for Kickstart and
with your song.
with your song, and
we could do our year recap video to that song.
Yeah,
hands and feet.
There you go.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun. So thank you for joining us, Justin. And
thank you for having me very much.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
want to have you back in the future.
I would love to.
So we'll be following you and checking out what's going on. This is KHEA Radio 99.5.
I'm going to play that song on repeat starting today. Hands and feet. I like that one now too. That's my second favorite of yours.
It's a favorite, man.
Coming up next is Mosaic on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. I think we're going to have some puppies in studio here in a bit, or a dog. I don't know what's going on. This is Kickstart.
We got puppies. Are there puppies?
Oh, it looks like the dog from Little Rascals.
It's the dog from Little Rascals. Does he have the thing on his eye? The black?
Yeah, no, it's brown.
Brown.
It's brown, but yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough. It looks just like him. What was his name?
I want to say Petey, but that's not
Petey. Yeah, it was.
Is it Petey?
Petey had a black patch.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks kind of like it though. Dude, I'm sorry for my.
Makes me want to get back on to my dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
boxer. He is.
Does he
the
miss you
best
when you're on
dog
the
I've
road?
ever owned. He actually goes
I'm
on the
sure.
road with me.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's my
Road dog.
tour manager. He's my opening act.
Hey, what do you have any? He softens the crowd. Yeah, everybody loves a dog. Yeah, whenever you're like on the road and you have like that 19-hour drive or however long, what are your tips for like staying awake?
So an old military trick
Yeah,
is like whenever you would like be on watch or whatever, and you have to basically watch out for the enemy coming. You
Yeah.
can't fall asleep.
right.
Oh my goodness.
Petey,
Hey buddy.
like Totino.
So you can hold your breath.
Oh, really?
Hold your breath, and it increases your heart rate.
Okay.
And,
Get your heart rate going. You're not gonna
It
fall
gets your
asleep.
heart rate going, and so then like you're awake for at
Yeah.
least another 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
That and a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, obviously caffeine, energy
Yeah.
drinks, coffee.
No
I
energy
like
drinks for me.
Really?
Caffeine, yeah, caffeine, like straight coffee. Like I actually have a coffee maker
in the car, like a Keurig.
in my tour van. A drip coffee maker.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mine's like pork rinds, gum, but like obviously in the military, you're not. If you're like on watch, I don't know if they would let you just be like smacking gum.
Yeah, no, it'd be too loud.
Dude, you're awesome.
Hey, thank you, bro.
You're on,
Thank you so
you're
much.
in the Navy, you only get like straight black coffee, right?
What's up, Pierre? And so this is Tino. We have a puppy in studio, like Totino's, like the pizza rolls, right? Is he Hispanic?
Swedish thing.
I feel like Tino is like, I don't know, like a Hispanic name.
I stayed with some folks in Arizona, and they had a little Chihuahua. His name was Jorge.
Jorge.
I was like,
Of course.
that is perfect name for that dog.
Yeah. I saw somebody released yesterday that I don't know if they did it, like, you know, the ancestry DNA. Do they do that for animals?
They do.
Okay, they did one for that, and it came back that the dog. It said it was like 25% Mexican street dog. Not joking. That came back on the thing. Is that a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
25% Mexican street dog, 25% something else, and then 50%. I can't remember, but
All right.
it stood out.
I like that.
Mexican street
I'm
dog.
gonna get home.
What's that smell?
Is this your friend?
You have 4 dogs. So this Tino is up for adoption, right?
Correct. Yes. Been there since June.
Okay.
I'm gonna post him on my.
Somebody adopt Tino
And,
to Tino.
This boy.
So y'all are based out of Galveston, right? Galveston.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's very pretty.
Isn't he pretty? I don't know why he gets
Tino.
overshadowed
Tino.
for some reason.
Yeah.
He's very well behaved. We have trainers that have been working with him. They said that he would even
July?
make a good service dog.
Really?
because he wants to please.
He's been there since July, you said? June?
This boy is option.
Adopt me.
He's fully house trained. Likes kitties.
I want a dog, but my wife, so we have a daughter, she's 1, and my son is 6, and he's like ready. My wife's like, I don't know, with our baby, I guess, but I would like a dog.
You'd be surprised at how much they would like.
Yeah, that's what I think
Like whenever Hank, my boxer, was 6 months.
Ruth,
he was
adopt
like 6
Tino.
pounds.
Yeah.
6 months old. And I thought that we were like babysitting friends of ours.
Yeah.
I was thinking that he was like, he knew, like, settle down. He had laid down next to the baby
It's chilling.
and chilling.
Yeah,
watching
that's awesome.
her. And there was like, I think maybe like something outside in the garage, like fell, or there was some
Yeah.
kind of, like some kind of noise outside, and he like stood over that baby. Died.
Protect. Yeah.
It was awful.
So if anybody is looking for an animal, if anybody needs a wonderful pet, we are talking to Galveston Island. It's Humane.
Yes, sir.
Humane Society. Yeah, based out of Galveston. And we have Tino in studio. Tino, we need to get you on camera. People can see how cool you are. You know, what's up?
He's very polite. He does not jump up.
Oh,
He's about 5 years old. He is fully house trained. He knows basic commands.
So y'all have trainers that work with the animals there?
We do. We have Trell with Mutts with Manners who comes every Thursday and donates her time. She's there for about 2 to 3 hours working with the dogs.
Wow.
He came in knowing some of the commands already, so he was clearly owned by somebody at some point. Extremely well behaved. She does think he make a good service dog just because he is so attentive. And he's good with other dogs as long as they're not bigger than him. He doesn't like to be overpowered.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's great with small dogs and other cats. Oh, big boy.
So how do y'all get animals? Like, do people drop them off, or like do they
it
find them?
varies. They come in, they're brought in as strays. Animal control brings them in. And we also have a lot of owner surrenders as well. So pretty much anything found in Galveston Island, or if a resident of Galveston Island no longer wants their pet, they're brought to our facility.
Okay.
These guys will basically, they stay at the shelter until they're adopted. They don't have a time limit once they're there.
Justin, thank you. We'll see you soon.
Boy. So we've had dogs who have lived at the facility for as long as 2 years before getting adopted. Every dog's different for how long it takes.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of cats in the building as well.
Cats too?
Absolutely.
Kurt likes cats a lot.
I like cats.
I've got 200 for you to choose
You
from.
got 200 cats?
Roughly about that's how many's in the building.
How many?
Not including what's in the foster homes and things like that. So.
How many dogs do y'all have?
I'd say there's close to probably 60 dogs in the building right now. We're at maximum capacity. We make as much space available as possible for these guys. Large dogs are always harder to get out than smaller dogs because a lot of people rent. And of course, there's weight limits and breed limitations whenever you live in an apartment.
Yeah, that's what we had. Somebody said, I want a dog. And I said, this one, you can have Tino, or there's a lot. And she said that she lives in an apartment. She wishes she could, but can't.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case with a lot of apartments. Big dogs get bad raps, but we do our best to get them homes.
Well, not all dogs are trained and stuff too, but.
Absolutely. Very important to get them trained. I feel like that's how a lot of animals end up being surrendered. It's just, they didn't get the proper training at home. And so people just don't know what to do anymore and bring them to us. But, we do a lot of work with them and give them the best home possible.
Well, y'all can have a seat if y'all would like.
Come here,
so
Tino.
Kurt has some allergies going on, but it's not because of Tino. He was like this before. It was like before Tino even got here. But it's all good, right?
I think I'm gonna have Ethan step in.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think it's Tino?
No, it's not Tino. Tino's stupid.
No,
Curtino.
You want me to unpin the
So here, let me close this door. Kurt, can you close that door? Yep. Thank you. Kelsey said bless you on our stream, by the way. She said bless you.
Who did?
Kelsey Villarreal.
Oh, thank you.
He said thank you. He's good manners. We're putting Kurt through a training process, much like, you have a trainer come in with the animals. And we have Ethan come in, a couple times a week and kind of gives them a little bit of training, basic manners. So whenever the trainers come in with the animals, what kind of stuff do they teach them?
I'd say the main thing is not to jump up on people. These guys get really excited, especially if they haven't been out of the kennel in a while. And so whenever they get out and jump up on people, they think that they have bad manners. A lot of times they just need to be exercised, but no, you're fine. She works with them on not jumping up, tries to teach them basic commands such as how to sit and how to wait, how to fetch with a lot of these guys. So just basic training that makes them more desirable to adopters. Nobody wants to get a big giant dog who's going to jump all over the place. So the more things she can teach them, the more well-behaved that they act. But of course, it's also helpful whenever we have volunteers come in and walk the dogs to get out some of their excess energy. The large dogs in particular, they don't really get to get out a whole lot unless somebody's interested in adopting. So between the trainer coming in and our awesome volunteers, try to make sure they get as much exercise as possible. And of course, the volunteers work with them too. We try to teach them how to walk on a leash. A lot of these dogs have, never had baths, never walked on a leash, just haven't been in that environment. So we've got to teach them all of those things. So they're more desirable for adopters.
Cool. Ethan, do you have any pets?
We used to have a lot of dogs. I mean, we had like 4, and now we're down to 1 because our apartment only allows, like little dogs.
What kind of dog is it?
Yeah, it's a Chihuahua. His name is Paco. It's kind of funny.
Kind of like Jorge.
Yeah.
Is he Mexican street dog?
I don't really know. So actually, Paco, we got him in like the middle of like February, and up in Kentucky, it's cold that time.
Yeah.
And he was just like wandering around in our neighborhood, and our older dogs had found him, and they were just like not really friendly with him.
Of course, yeah.
And my brother like ran out of the house, grabbed the dog from them, and like he just like ran the dog inside, and like nobody was home. It was just him. We get home, and the dog is like barking at him, and they're like, "How'd you get into the house?" Kyle walks downstairs, and he's like, "Oh, so this is Paco."
He had named him and everything.
Yeah,
that's one way. Yeah,
and I mean, my parents didn't really say no to Kyle, so I mean, that's how we got Paco.
Wow.
Yeah,
I sensed a little bit of resentment whenever you said my parents don't really say no to Kyle.
Yeah,
they're a little bit of a...
Well, let's just say that Kyle is an athlete, and a couple of my birthdays have been in a gym. So
Kyle, is he the one that's wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah. Where's he wrestle at now?
He wrestles for Buffalo, the University of Buffalo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
All the way up in New York.
Buffalo, New York.
If he loves me, he's listening. So I mean.
So we have Tino in studio. You can't see Tino right now, but he's chilling. Does he know his name?
He does answer to his name, yes. He's
So if you
been
say
with
Tino, he
us
looks
long
up.
enough. Oh, big boy.
So y'all get to name the animals as well, or do some of them come with names? And
Some of them come with names. Owner surrenders, obviously, they come
Yeah.
with names, and we don't change them because they answer to that. Everyone else who comes in that's brought in as a stray, we do name upon intake. So not all of them answer to their names whenever they come in. They're very easily changed. These guys are food oriented. So if you
They'll
say
respond.
something and give them treats, eventually they'll start responding to whatever name you give them.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're food oriented. Oriented too.
Try to come up with different and unique names for everybody. Nobody can have the same name in the shelter. So between dogs and cats, it can be interesting coming up with names. You'll see a lot of different ones on our website. We try to pick out unique names for them, but also easy names that they will eventually respond to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we got 26 seconds after this song, and then we're gonna go on the FM as well with our Facebook and YouTube streams. So we'll just keep it going. What is your name, by the way? I don't think I introduced myself.
I'm Caroline.
Caroline?
Danielle.
Danielle, Caroline, I'm Gardy. This is
Nice to
Ethan.
meet you.
Kurt's the sneeze. He had this
Kurt's
little
the
sneeze attack.
sneeze.
Danielle, Caroline. 4 seconds. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Ethan.
And we have some very special guests in studio. We have Danielle and Caroline from the Galveston Island Humane Society. They're in studio. We also have Tino.
Tino.
I almost called him Totino again because I was kind of making that joke earlier. But we have Tino in studio as well. You can't see him on camera, but we're going to make sure we get him in the shot. So can you kind of let me know, what does the Galveston Island Humane Society do?
Our goal is to educate the public on how to properly take care of animals. We also intake homeless, stray, and unwanted pets, cats, dogs, small animals such as guinea pigs, hamsters, rabbits, things of that nature. Our goal is to get these animals loving forever homes.
Yeah. And Tino, so he's here. Do we know what kind of dog or mix he is, and how long has he been with you guys?
Yes, Tino was a 5-year-old American Pit Bull mix. He was brought in as a stray, but was originally owned. He's very well behaved, a very calm dog. He does know basic commands. He's good with other small dogs and cats, adores children. He goes to PetSmart quite often as their door greeter there, licks everybody that walks in the door, gets his tummy rubs in, would make all in all the perfect dog. He's been with us since June, so for quite a few months now. He does got other competition at the shelter, which can make getting him out a little bit more complicated, but really the perfect dog for anybody.
That's awesome. And sometimes, you said he's a pit bull mix, but sometimes pit bulls can get a bad, reputation. Do you think that's part of why he's been there since June?
Absolutely. Pit bulls are the hardest breed to get out. People have their made up minds about them. Most of it is just bad rep. We've had people come in who don't even really know what a pit bull looks like and end up falling in love with one and taking them home. And then some people who adore pit bulls, they think you need them as a puppy to really get to know them. But that's really not the case with these guys. We don't believe in any kind of aggressive breed. Any dog can be aggressive. It all depends on how they were trained and how they were raised. The way we see it is if these guys were going to be vicious anywhere, it's going to be in a shelter environment. They don't know us at all. We've got to get them vaccinated so they get poked with needles. They're around a bunch of other strange animals that they don't know. So, I mean, we obviously can't put an aggressive dog on our adoption floor. We do have a lot of pit bulls there, but they are the most loving and sweet dogs. They're very family oriented. They were actually originally brought to America to babysit. So despite what people think, they're not just a breed for fighting. Most of these dogs are just giant teddy bears. They want nothing more than to cuddle with you. So they, in my opinion, make one of the best dogs you could have.
I believe it. I spent a few minutes with Tino before the show, and he is just the sweetest thing. I mean, walked right up. You start petting him. He rolled over on his back, and
I'm ready.
Yeah, he's
scratch
ready.
my belly. So you mentioned, and I had no idea this was the case, but I guess that breed was brought over to babysit. Where is the breed from?
They're from Europe originally. And yes, they're brought over here to protect children. A lot of people, whenever back in the day you'd come here, you can't just go to the grocery store and get things. People left for a long amount of time and they would just leave these dogs with their kids because they know how incredibly loyal they are. And yes, they could definitely hurt somebody that tried to attack their children, but that's why they left them there, to protect their kids. They're obviously trustworthy animals to where they don't think that they would injure a child in any way, shape, or form. Incredibly sweet dogs. So they just want to be held and loved. They're giant babies themselves. But
cool.
You'd be amazed at how they act around children, especially Tino. He clearly had kids in his life at some point in time. I mean, he hardly, he takes baby steps up to them, sniffs them out, and then immediately lays down on his back, submisses to any kid that walks up. So I mean, they're great dogs.
That's awesome. So how long have you been with the Galveston Island Humane Society?
I've been with the Humane Society for almost 4 years now.
That's cool. And what makes the Galveston Island Humane Society, I guess, different than a traditional pound, or like, I'm not sure, like what makes it different?
We're a nonprofit organization. So the city does not supply us our building or anything like that. We're different because we, help me out on this one a little bit. We only take in from Galveston Island.
Okay.
So like a county shelter, they take in for all of Galveston County. So that's going to be any surrounding city besides the island. They get a lot more animals taken in. Therefore, they have a higher euthanasia rate just because they've got limited cage space.
Yeah.
Us being as small as we are and only taking in from the island, we don't have to do the same. Our animals don't have a time limit once they're placed available for adoption. And we're only open solely based on donations. So.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. And that's really neat. So they're there as long as they need to be.
Yes.
So, till they get adopted out, find a forever home, or y'all even do, I think you had mentioned where someone can foster.
Yes, absolutely.
If somebody didn't know, like, how does that work? What's the difference between fostering and adopting? Like, how does that work?
There are several different ways as far as fostering goes. A lot of times it's kittens, due to all the abandoned kittens for the overpopulation of cats. So kittens can't be adopted until they've been spayed or neutered, which they have to be at least 2.5 pounds or 2.5 months.
Okay.
So fosters will take in little babies who are either still on the bottle, aren't eating hard food, whatever the case may be. They keep those kittens until they're big enough to get spayed or neutered, and then they bring them to adoption events. They bring them to PetSmart. They bring them back to the shelter. They basically just babysit them until they're big enough and healthy enough to be in the shelter environment. We do provide everything that they need, their food, their litter. They come in and get vaccinations every couple of weeks. And then you can also foster large dogs or small dogs. Typically it's senior dogs or dogs like Tino who have been in the shelter just way too long. So basically, you're not really adopting them to keep them forever. You get them out of the shelter environment, get them more exposure to the outside world. They also come to adoption events and walk them around town. Just try to get them more help getting adopted. And then once someone falls in love with that dog, we can take them from you, put them in their forever home, and you can get another dog. It helps clear out extra space in the shelter for new animals that comes in. And again, gives these guys a chance to get out of the shelter environment. Some dogs, they start losing hope after they've been in the shelter for months and months. They get slightly depressed. So getting them out into a home just where they can be interacted with every day is a huge, huge help for them and for us.
That's cool. So if somebody wanted to potentially become a foster to one of the animals there, how would they go about that? Would they just get in contact with you guys?
Yeah, we have a foster application online on our website at galvestonhumane.org. They can also come into the facility and fill one out. Our foster coordinator will get in touch with them. She sends out emails so they can kind of pick and choose as to who they would like to foster. And we would be more than happy to get them started. Absolutely.
That's cool. What about volunteers?
Always looking for volunteers.
Yeah, and what kind of things would volunteers be able to do? If somebody had some time, they're like, hey, I want to do something. I love animals. Is there opportunities?
Absolutely. I'm actually the volunteer coordinator, so it's kind of my job to get out there and get people to come in. You can also apply to be a volunteer online at our website. Things that we have volunteers do, just coming in and walking dogs is a huge, huge, huge help. Like I was saying earlier, our large dogs, they don't really get to get out unless somebody is interested in adopting that particular dog. It's incredibly important for them to get out and get exercise and human interaction on a regular basis. So dog walking, taking them out around town just to get them some exposure, whether it's walking around the Strand or Seawall, or taking them out to, go get something to eat at a dog-friendly restaurant. Just the more exposure, the better. I also need volunteers to help with our community events and adoption events. We try to bring as many animals as possible to any adoption event that we have. And of course, they need a chaperone for them. I can only hold so many leashes. And those outside events are always a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people out in the community, meet a lot of new friends, like-minded people who also adore dogs and cats. And it's a great thing to do, if you do have extra time, or if you're a student or someone who lives in an apartment that loves animals and doesn't get to be hands-on with them. Cats as well, not just dogs, but cats need to be pet on a regular basis. They love to socialize and get brushed out, play with toys. So just hands-on interaction is a huge, huge help for them.
That's awesome. I also noticed how you mentioned exposure, like, getting the animal exposure, because Tino has on a nice little, it's not like an outfit, but he has a thing on. And so it's like a walking billboard.
Yeah,
almost like if somebody isn't able to see Tino right now, like how would you describe that? Like, what is that called? And
that is what we call our Adopt Me harness. It says Adopt Me real huge on the side. We also let our fosters borrow those as well. That way they get out and around town and people are like, oh my God, I love your dog. Can I pet it? And you're like, it's not mine. He's looking for a home. Adopt me. Give him lovin'. Yes, he is the best dog ever. You definitely need him. And we have those for all of the dogs. So that's what they wear on events or going around town. A lot of people don't even know that the shelters are around. They might not know where their local shelter is, or that they even have one. So just getting them out and exposed to that is amazing.
That's cool. Right now, you're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 10:23 a.m. We're talking to the Galveston Island Humane Society. We have Tino in studio as well. He is looking to be adopted, maybe even today. Ethan, what do you think?
I think that I've been texting my mom nonstop since Tino's walked in the building.
Yeah, maybe we can make it happen. Tino needs a home. There's a lot of animals that do need homes. And so if you're either willing to volunteer, maybe help make a difference and help some pets out in the area. Maybe you need a pet. Let them know. So how would somebody get in contact with the Humane Society?
They can give us a call, or they can go onto our website at galvestonhumane.org. You can apply for fostering or volunteering there, or if you're just curious about other animals that we have available for adoption, everyone who is available has a picture and a brief description about them on there. So feel free to take a look. And yes, we are always in need of volunteers and fosters. So please don't hesitate.
The funny thing that came to mind whenever you mentioned that the animals have pictures on the website, so you can go to the website and see all the animals. Is there ever any kind of bait and switch? I was thinking of you're trying to buy something and it's like, oh yeah, that's the one I want. And then it's like, hey, that's not the dog from the picture.
No, not so much. I mean, But with that being said, it's kind of hit or miss because sometimes, the moment we make a dog available, their picture pops up on our website. And sometimes it's their intake picture and they look absolutely terrified or scared or they look mean. And so someone might look at that dog and, unless we've got volunteers who have the time to pull out dogs and take pictures of them, their picture might not get updated. So the same dog might be on the website for 2 weeks and then you take them out and get a brief little photo session and it looks like the polar opposite dog. People will see it and come in and that's the same dog that's been on the website for 2 weeks. Didn't even look like that until you got this picture. So in that case, a little bit of catfishing going on, but it all depends on their mood and whether or not they're smiling or if they're scared.
Right.
But
so we have a question. Jewel asks if somebody has like dog treats, if they have any dog food, or I'm not sure if they said non-open dog treats, but there might have been a typo. But if they have, do y'all take open dog treats or closed dog treats? Do y'all take animal food like that as well?
Absolutely. Donations? We are always looking for donations. We do take open bags of dog food. So I know some dogs are picky or whatever the case may be. Always looking for treats. We go through treats like nobody's business. So we also take blankets, cleaning supplies, laundry detergent, bleach. Again, we are a nonprofit, so everything that we use does come from the public. We do have a full wish list on Amazon. You can also shop Amazon Smile for your regular needs, and that donates to us as well. And then, of course, on our website as well, we do have a wish list of things that you may have around your house that you don't need anymore, such as old towels, blankets, leashes, dog collars, dog bowls, anything like that that you may not be using. Beds, we will greatly take all of those as donations.
That's cool. So the needs that y'all have, are those listed on the Galveston Island Humane Society website?
Believe so. Our wish list is on the
and then links to the Amazon stuff as well.
Yes, sir. Links to Amazon. Also Kroger or Randall's. If anyone shops at those places, you can add us as your nonprofit organization. They'll make a small donation to us every time you shop for your basic needs.
That's cool. There's a couple other local businesses that we have seen, not even like Amazon, but local businesses say, hey, if you make a purchase here, we'll donate some proceeds to whatever nonprofit you want. So that would be an option for you guys, right? If somebody wanted to do that.
Absolutely.
Cool. Ethan.
Yeah.
Has your mom texted back? What's up?
Well, yes. And she's been texting my grandma too. And my grandma's texting me like, you can't do this. Like, but I don't know.
We only have one dog right now.
Yeah, we only have one dog and we used to have 4. So, I mean, we need something. Right?
Yeah. Add some dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah. If anybody, people are asking, can we see Tino? Can we see Tino? Yes, go adopt Tino and you can see Tino. No, we're going to show Tino on the video on our Facebook stream and our YouTube stream. And if you're listening on 99.5 FM, I'm going to have Ethan make a description real quick. Ethan, what does Tino look like? Can you describe him?
He's the cutest little white pit bull. He only weighs like 15, 20 pounds probably.
It's 5.
I'd say he's closer, to about 50 pounds.
Really? Okay, I'm terrible at guessing weight.
How much do I weigh, Ethan? No, just kidding.
If I said 200, would you be upset?
No, it's pretty close.
Oh, okay, sweet. He's adorable. He's got a little pink nose. He loves belly rubs, and you should adopt him. I mean, yeah, that's the best description I can give. I've only seen him like a little bit.
Dad, you got called out. Said, I did not text your grandma, dude. She watches you.
Oh, no.
She is watching you right now. Does she want a puppy? Does she need a beautiful dog? Does grandma need a dog?
Know. Yeah. Well, I don't know that grandma would like a dog.
Oh, okay. Is she a cat person? Because they have about 200 cats available.
Well, I don't think so.
200 cats available.
My grandma lets my grandpa have a dog. That's how it is. He's got one little dog, and she's a rescue too, actually. She loves like girls and she loves my grandpa, but like any guy that ever visits them, she's not happy about it.
Wow.
I mean, but she's the sweetest thing. I
mean, that's cool. So why should somebody adopt? Like, if you're going to get a pet, if you're looking for an animal, could you give us some reasons like, hey, this is why you should adopt an animal, maybe not buy from other options?
Absolutely. All of the animals that you do adopt come spayed and neutered, fully vaccinated, microchipped, so they're good to go. If you're just going to pick up a puppy from somewhere, even if you're purchasing it, you're still going to have to pay close to $300 just for the first round of puppy vaccines. Also, supporting your local shelters. As opposed to buying from a local breeder, you are literally saving lives by going to choose a dog from a shelter as opposed from a breeder. Of course, we try to get everything spayed and neutered so that we're not overbreeding, but I don't think people realize that even purebred animals are in shelters. Just because you want a German Shepherd or a Shih Tzu or a Yorkie, I promise you, you can find what you're looking for in a local shelter.
That's cool.
Shelter dogs make the best dogs. They know what they're getting themselves into, and all they want to do is please you, so they never have to end up in a shelter environment again. You can ask anyone who's ever adopted. They are really the best dogs, and they deserve a chance of getting a home. All puppies grow up, so just because you think you need a brand new puppy, he's only going to be a cute puppy for a couple of months. You might fall in love with an older dog at the shelter. And we've got puppies too, so you can always look any breed that you're looking for. You can most definitely find it in a shelter. They'd be much more grateful. And a lot of times you don't know what you're getting yourself into from a breeder either.
Right.
You have no idea if those puppies are healthy, what kind of condition their parents are in. These guys deserve a loving home as well. So always stop by the shelter and look before you decide to go to a breeder. They're well worth a very small adoption fee as opposed as hundreds of dollars on a dog that you know absolutely nothing about.
I think one of the benefits of even adopting a dog like Tino, who is 5, is that you know the size he's going to be.
Right.
You know his temperament. You know, you're not getting any surprises. I've known people that have purchased a dog from other places. They thought they were getting one thing, and then the dog grew up, and it's like, okay, this was supposed to be like a teacup mini dog, and why is it, way bigger than it's supposed to be? And how much money did you spend for what you thought you were getting? And you didn't even get what you thought you were going to get.
Absolutely.
So with a dog like Tino, he's 5. Hey, he's the sweetest dog ever. He's rolling over, scratching his belly. He's not jumping up on you. He's about as big as he's going to get, right?
Oh, yes. He's fully grown, and he's what we would call a medium-sized dog. I mean, he's about 50 pounds, but he's not a large dog. He's
Right.
definitely medium.
Yeah. Well,
He's
Tino's pretty
snoring
cool.
on the floor over here.
He's
Right
just chilling. And it's Adopt Me, what'd you call it?
Harness.
Harness. Yeah, this is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 10:32. We're going to take a quick break. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. Coming up next is United with Shadow Step.
Okay, all honesty, I guess 20 pounds, hoping that that's how much he would be so that I could
Oh, yeah, he's 20.
tell the
He's
people.
wagging his tail over there. Be like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Talking about you.
Yes. Comfortable on that floor.
Yeah. So if you have any questions for the Galveston Island Humane Society, feel free to ask us.
Can I have him over
Let us
here
know.
and show him on camera?
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
Well, you
Tino.
can look at the camera. What do y'all mean show him on camera? He's
Oh,
right there,
you can
guys.
see his
What do you
tail
see?
kinda.
Hey.
There he is, and he is adorable.
My legs are destroyed. We went and did this workout
Hey, Tino.
Tuesday. They worked us okay. We went and ate Mexican food at 2:00, and then we had a workout scheduled for 3:00. Mistake. First of all, oh man, and then my legs are still killing me.
He's on camera.
Good morning, Misty. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Delicia, what's up, Mary? As soon as we brought Tino on, everybody's like, hey, there's a puppy. What's going on? So we have Galveston Island Humane Society in studio. We have Tino hanging out. He is a pit bull mix, but he is about the sweetest dog you probably ever meet. He's 5 years old. He's been at the Galveston Island Humane Society since June. If you know somebody who's looking for an animal, if you know somebody who's looking to either volunteer to adopt a pet or to foster pets, let us know. Go ahead and share this video out. Ask any questions that you would like. They have all kinds of animals there. I think they said they have about 200 cats that need to be either adopted or fostered. And there's the need for blankets. There's a need for bleach, cleaning supplies. They are a nonprofit, so you'll be able to donate to them. There's also a need for dog food, treats, anything that you would like to donate. They are welcome. They're open to taking it. So
He's not really on
let us
camera
know.
anymore, but-
He's a little camera shy. He's not about that life. He's about
Yeah,
that back scratch life.
yeah.
I can relate. Ethan, I got an itch over here. Can you?
I only scratch big boys.
Fair.
There he goes. He's curious about that.
So Tino took off. Tino is 5 years old. Let us know if you have any questions. Kurt said from the KHEA radio account, 200 cats. Kurtz will take it. Kurt would. Kurt, who is having an allergy attack and had to take off. I don't know where. He's somewhere watching the stream, but I appreciate him being here on the stream. He's a cat person. He's had a lot of cats over his life.
Kurt the cat, Casper. No.
So my niece, who is 3, calls him Kurt Cat. And that says that. That's as much as you need to know about Kurt. Kurt Cat. Yeah. So Chef Mary Bass said he looks like my Roo. So I guess she has a dog. And she said she got Roo from the Galveston Valley Humane Society as well. And that y'all are the best. So
Thanks, Mary.
So what's the Paws Gala?
The Paws Gala is our biggest donation event of the year, I would say. It's pretty much, we do it every year in September.
It's our biggest.
Yes.
He's here to talk.
That weather shift is all over the place.
It's our biggest.
That's cool.
We hold it every September. This was our year.
Wow.
Yeah. It helped us to build the building and
yeah. 19 years of the Paws Gala. I'm imagining dogs and cats in tuxedos, like at a fancy dinner. I don't know. There's a ballroom at Moody
like
Garden somewhere.
We do it at the San Luis Convention Center.
Even better.
We have a silent auction there, and then we have what we call our elite pet owners.
Okay.
Which is basically a group of people who they do have to sign up to do this, and then they raise money and try to get as many votes as possible for their pet. But they're basically out there on the streets raising money for the shelter. And I think it's based off who raises the most money for the shelter.
But the thing is about the gala, it's not in Texas. We found that we make it as casual as possible, more casual and comfortable it is.
People want to come. Yeah. It used to be like dress
We
up.
used to do it dress up.
Yeah, because when I think of gala, that's what I think of. I've never been to one.
It's a lot
maybe
of fun.
I could go to this. Maybe my first one next year,
We can make
September.
Yeah,
That'll be the 20th year.
And people get to pick whether they dress down or dress up. We make it semi casual, or you can dress up, but it's a lot of fun.
Hey, that's cool. So Chef Mary said that she owns Macio's that she won last year.
Concetta Maceo.
Yeah.
Concetta Maceo was with her cat, Jerry Cat.
Jerry Cat.
And Jerry gets to lead the Parkinson.
Yeah.
What? That's cool. Mary. I know. So Ethan, look. This may be a good shot. Whoop. Hey, peekaboo. Look at this guy. So whenever we first saw him through the window, I believe it was Justin Gambino who was just in studio, or it was Ethan. Someone said, hey, he looks like the dog from the Little Rascals. Did y'all see that movie? Do you remember that movie?
Yes. Little Petey.
Petey. And
Petey
so,
just with the brown patch instead.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be
So
over
if you've
there.
seen the movie Little Rascals, it's a classic, and you can appreciate Tino, who kind of resembles Petey with the sweet patch on his eye. That was a great movie.
He's stretching out over here.
I'm hoping we can get that tail wag under the. There he is. Look at him. Tino.
Is this the first time we've had a dog in
Come here,
studio?
big boy.
No, we've had a dog in
Really?
before, yeah.
I know
You see?
a couple weeks ago when we had the escape room people,
Yeah.
they had a dog and it like
Out
made it
there?
outside.
Hey, we've had a lemur. So we've had a tortoise in, which can live to be like 200 years old, but he was like 10. So it was just like, hey, this dude's gonna outlive all of us. Hey, what's up? You doing good? Yes.
He's under
He's gonna
the
stay.
table.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So if somebody wants to adopt Tino,
It's
It
be
may-
your studio dog.
And maybe our studio may be the one to adopt Tino.
Mascot.
We could use a mascot.
Yeah.
Kurt's hot dog costume's getting a little old.
Yeah. We need to take it back to the cleaners.
Yeah.
So do y'all have any other events or fundraising things kind of like the gala that y'all have that take place other times of the year?
Yeah, we have our annual Elks Lodge donation drive that we actually just had, where people just kind of swing by and drop off anything that we may need, such as food and blankets and cleaning supplies. And then, of course, we have our Heroes and Hounds calendar. This is our second year doing it as firefighters.
That's what I was gonna say. That's
Kitties
my
and
guess was.
puppies. You can order it on our website. I
What a big
highly recommend
seller.
you go take a look. Yes, it's a huge seller. This is it is the second year doing it, right?
These are
Yes.
Galveston firefighters, all Galveston firefighters. They donated 100%.
Okay, that's cool. If y'all need like radio guy and dog calendar, I'll volunteer Kurt. He can go take some firefighter-esque photos with the dog. Ethan, if you're
Yeah.
open to it as well, I'll volunteer you.
We can
Hey,
get-
speaking of, you can get what?
we can get like we can get 2 more hot dog costumes and then like dog and cat sized.
Okay, okay. Speaking of firefighters, I think that the Battle of the Badges is taking place this
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah, and that's in Galveston.
Yes,
We've been
sir.
hearing some stuff about that.
We'll be there selling.
That's cool. That's awesome. I think we have tickets at Will Call. I'll just have to talk to my wife into letting me go. She's like, you're always, there's always stuff going on, and we like to talk about it and do it. And I understand,
Tell her she wants to go. Get her
I
a signed
know.
calendar. She'll be so
Yeah.
happy.
I don't know. I need to see this calendar first. I need to see this calendar first before I sign up for that.
It's for a good cause.
I'll just cut my face out and put it on all the firefighters. I'm like, hey, that's me.
There you go.
Yeah. I've never been to that. Have y'all been to? I'm guessing have y'all been to the Battle of the Badges before?
I went last year because of
The calendar, the first year. Yeah.
and it's
Competitive.
much better than it's a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very competitive. I mean, very much police versus fire.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Is
they
it
just-
brut-
there's
like
a lot of
brutal?
Crazy stuff. I mean, it's just
Yeah. Well, we went to an MMA fight 2 weeks ago in Humble, like a professional MMA fight, and we were as part of the media, so we got to be like on the media part, like right against the cage.
Nice.
And that was neat. I had never been to a boxing match, never been to an MMA fight, never been to anything, and that was like, oh my gosh! Like I mean, it's modern day, like gladiators, like in there. But they're like, well, some amateur fights and some were pro, but the thing about the Battle of the Badges, they're not pros, right? They're
no, not
normal-
professionals.
normal guys.
What do they do?
They box. It's policemen versus firefighters. And I was trying to get Kurt in the ring. That's what I was trying to do. I was like, well, they fight at least one radio guy. I feel like Kurt would do it.
Get some like radio hosts versus
Radio host, but we
like,
find another
news-
radio
like
station.
newsmen or something.
Yeah, radio guys versus like TV news people. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
You could, like insult them. Be like, oh yeah, you're like the most attractive news guy out there, huh? Well, you're about to have a face for radio.
Yeah. We're about to look like this. So yeah, Mary said Lacey. I don't know if I'm saying this wrong, the name wrong. Daggerath photographs both the calendar and the Battle of the Badges. And Mary also said Kurt would die if he was in the ring. He'd hold his own. It depends on who you're fighting. You got to fight someone who's similar to your training. I don't know.
So,
Tell me you want the next weight class down.
Yeah, give me a smaller guy and less experienced than I am.
How do you have less than zero?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh man. So one of the interesting things that you were talking about earlier is like the process of naming 300 animals, however many you have. So there's no names that overlap.
Nope.
Once somebody gets adopted,
We try not to.
maybe different spellings. I don't know. Once somebody gets adopted, is that name like for do y'all like okay, you know?
Yeah, no, we do reuse the names once one's got adopted.
Is there a database like a collection? You're like, okay, Sparky.
Uh,
Sparky's adopted. Okay, we can use Sparky again. Or just like fresh off the dome.
Pretty much. I mean, sometimes they name them and then you'll pull up in the system, you'll look up that dog and see that you've got, 2 of them in there and then you have to change it. More than just the spelling, just because it gets really confusing
Sparky
in our
with
system.
an I and a Y. That's what you're saying. Like, oh, Sparky with 2 E. It's a dash and 2 E's. Sparky.
Yes,
Wow.
we do reuse the names. I think the girls up front make them little lists of who they've used and who they haven't. But yes, we try not to duplicate them the best we can. But that gets kind of tedious and almost impossible at sometimes whenever you've got so many babies coming in and out of the shelter.
So what is one of the, like a unique name or something that you're really proud of and you're like, I did that. Like that's the name. I don't know.
I want to say I named a small dog Tobin one year.
Tobin, that's a good one.
And whenever you pull up their name in the system, it kind of tells you how many dogs throughout the years we've had that name. And there was only one other one. And I was pretty proud of
that. That is impressive. Yeah. Do you have any dogs named Curt?
There are no dogs named Curt. No.
I would recommend that you have a dog named Curt.
We can absolutely do that.
Or a dog named Java Casper. Not sure.
No, I don't think so either.
Y'all have had a Casper before? I feel like that's a good dog name.
Yeah.
It's a good dog name.
Actually, it's a good cat.
Casper? Yeah. That's cool.
Snoring on the floor again.
So Mary said that Rue was Jaquote. JA apostrophe QUOTE or Jaquote? Jaquote? I don't know when she was there. That's getting very creative. Now that you're like, we ran out of names. We're just making up stuff now.
But it all depends on the person up front. Pretty much.
What might be on the news that day, we had, the Astros named last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Did a whole litter of puppies named after the Astro players.
I bet those would probably have gotten adopted. Like take Altuve, Springer,
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Well, that's cool. We got one more song. We'll go back on, and then we'll just be able to end it out. We can share how to get a hold of y'all social media and just kind of recap everything that we've done.
Absolutely.
Have y'all done interviews before, like radio interviews?
Never.
That's cool.
I'm the director.
Okay.
I talked to y'all originally.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I realized. Last night, I sent her a note.
Come in.
And because she works so closely with the animals and with.
That's cool. How long have you been with? So almost since the beginning.
No, it's 31 years.
Oh, it is. Okay. What was I thinking? 20 years is the gala, or the
20 years is the gala.
Gala. That's right. I was like, I thought.
Well, actually, 19 years. Yeah, will be 20 years.
Next year.
Will be 20. This is our 21st Grow Barkers in the Alpha. So these are all ways that we've raised.
Cool.
We got
Santa Paws. Yeah.
Then you can even
Santa Paws.
Oh.
Not only our shelter.
Yeah, Paws and Claws is the 8th and 9th and 10th.
Paws and Claws. What is Paws and Claws?
Paws and Claws is a huge adoption event that we do with a bunch of other local shelters.
Yeah.
I think it's like 4 or 5 local.
County shelter.
Yes, county shelters that we do. It's at Bay Area Pet Adoptions, right? Oh, League City. So yeah, we get about 4 or 5 shelters together, and the goal, it's kind of a small competition between us as to who can get the most animals out that day.
It's cool.
But yeah, we typically get a ridiculous amount of animals adopted that day. Typically, it's always right before the holiday, so trying to get as many babies home for the holidays as possible. With several shelters involved, so you've got plenty to choose from.
Yeah, it's organized by the city.
Okay.
So it's going to be held this year.
Oh, okay.
Mary had a little bit of history about the dog's name. She said supposedly it was a pirate. She said, who knows? Somebody was saying it was I guess they told her named after a pirate. But Rue works. Rue's a good dog name.
Believe that. I know when I worked up front, I used to pick different. I would do like Hawaii names one week and then like Japanese names the next week. Just try to get creative.
It's always interesting.
You could do like puns for names.
Yeah.
Like I'll think of something. Give me a minute.
He's a very punny guy.
I think
Lots
we have
of
a
puns.
cat named Count Daffodil right now, or Prince Daffodil. I think it's Count Daffodil up there. It's pretty silly.
I think because we thought it was a girl at first.
Yeah. Wow.
Whoops.
Wow. Count. That's it's always interesting whenever there is an animal that has like a very human name. To me, that like, oh, it's Jet, like Bill. Easy. There's a Bill.
We just got a cat named Billy and got adopted.
Billy with the E on there makes him more animal. Like Matthew. There was a cat named Matthew.
Count Dogula. Okay, there we go.
We got 4 seconds. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Ethan.
We have the Galveston Island Humane Society in studio. What's up? How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining
Thanks
us
for
today.
having us.
We're excited. And we have Tino in studio who's hanging out. And we've been asking people, are y'all more of a cat person, dog person, or both? Do we have a poll going on right now?
I'm about to make one.
So I see Megan just weighed in. She said, dogs for sure. So we had asked a question earlier just on our Facebook stream, which if you aren't following us on Facebook, make sure you go do that. Go search KHEA Radio on Facebook. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go do that. Go to YouTube, search KHEA Radio, hit the like on some of our videos and watch them all. And then make sure you are subscribed. But we do have the Galveston Island Humane Society in today. Ethan's making a poll. We want to hear from you real quick. We only have a couple minutes left. Are you more of a cat person, dog person? And are you going to go adopt one? You're going to go foster volunteer at the Humane Society? That is something you can do. Again, if somebody is looking to get involved in whatever capacity they're available to, how would they do that?
Y'all can go online to our website at galvestonhumane.org. Click on foster or volunteer, or if you're looking to adopt, we've always got pictures of all the animals available there. We are always in need and looking for volunteers and for fosters. So if you have any extra free time or are possibly thinking about getting an animal but not ready to make that commitment, you can at least foster for a little bit. We'd greatly appreciate it. You can also call the shelter or come in and fill out an application. My name's Danielle. I'll be more than happy to talk to you if you guys come in. We're at 6814 Broadway in Galveston. Always love visitors. You can also call us at 409-740-1919. We've got plenty of helpful staff to answer any questions that you may have as far as being a foster or volunteer, or please feel free to email us at info@galvestonhumane.org. We'll answer any questions that you may need.
That's awesome. So if somebody was looking to get an animal and they're not sure, they could potentially like foster to adopt and see how that goes, or
it all depends on the circumstances, but yes, we have done that before. We also, we do have a 14-day return policy. We understand not every animal makes the perfect fit for every home. So if that happens to be the case, we'll give you about 90 days to come pick out another animal that better works. But again, it all depends on the circumstances. But absolutely, we have quite a few what they call themselves are foster failures. Well, they took an animal home just to foster for a bit and then fell in love and never brought it back. So that happens too sometimes. For
I like that, foster failure, because when you first said that, I was like, oh, that sounds so negative. And then, but it's like a good thing.
It's a good thing. It is a good thing. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. So y'all are going to be at the Galveston Battle of the Badges this weekend, and there's something that y'all are going to have there. Can you kind of describe what it is and how somebody can pick one up?
Yes, it is our Heroes and Hounds calendar. It is local Galveston firefighters with adorable dogs, puppies, and kittens. All proceeds, 100%, go to the Galveston Island Humane Society. They're only $20. We will have firefighters to sign your calendars at the event this weekend. You can also order them online. They make great Christmas gifts. Highly recommend you pick one up. We also have the Paws and Claws that is coming up, which is a huge adoption event with multiple shelters. It's going to be at the League City Civic Center on December 8th and the 9th. Please come out and check out your local shelters and animals. You never know who you'll fall in love with.
That's cool.
So y'all have been talking a good bit about volunteers and how, every volunteer helps. So Kelsey asks, what age do the volunteers need to be?
Oh, yes. You do have to be at least 16 to volunteer with us.
That's cool.
I am 16.
Ethan is 16 years old.
I might.
When's your birthday, Ethan?
January.
The what?
Oh, goodness.
I feel like you didn't know. Like, do you not know?
No.
Yes,
No, I'm
absolutely.
the 18th of January.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll be 17 pretty soon.
All right. That's cool.
I don't know if there's anything special about being 17, but
Yeah, there
going.
is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there any movies is there a movie called like 17 again or something?
yeah.
There you go.
With the guy from Friends.
Zac It's not with Zac Efron.
Well, yeah, Zac Efron is like, but like when he's older in the movie.
Not Matt LeBlanc. It's the guy who plays Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't
So it's 10:55. We only have a couple minutes left. We do have the Galveston Island Humane Society in studio. We're talking about Tino. We're talking about all the animals there. I want to talk a little bit more about the names because y'all name every single animal that comes in. Some of them have names,
Right.
and some of them don't.
Absolutely.
So y'all have the wonderful fun task of naming every animal. And we saw Chef Mary Bass said that her dog used to be named like Jaquata or Jaquota. I don't know what it was, Jaquote, but it was named after a pirate. So y'all get pretty creative with the names. And can you kind of go behind the process and how that works?
Absolutely. I mean, whenever they come in, every animal has to have a name before we can take them back. That way we can keep up with everybody. It can be quite difficult not duplicating names. We try to not come up with basic everyday names. So yeah, the staff gets pretty creative. They use Google a lot. They'll go with different genres such as pirates, or during Halloween, sometimes it's witches and ghouls and things like that. We'll say a lot of time they are themed names. It really depends on who does the intake whenever they come in and what they're into as to what they're named after. I think we've had litters named after, again, the Astros or Game of Thrones or the Rugrats. I believe we've had a couple of those.
What about like Disney movies?
Disney,
The
absolutely.
Seven Dwarfs.
All the seven, yeah, Grumpy, yeah.
Uh-huh. Disney princesses.
Thinking like Moana and Maui would be good pet names.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, yeah, you could really that would be kind of fun to do,
That
and then
would.
see if they like. I could see naming it, Maui, but like that's not his personality. That is more of a Jacote. That's what Mary said. The name. That's how you pronounce. That's a Jacote. I'm sorry, that's not Maui. I thought you were, but you are not.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So again, if somebody's trying to get a hold of you, can you say your website and social media one more time, and then we're just about out of time.
Absolutely. It's galvestonhumane.org. You can also follow us on Facebook at Galveston Island Humane Society, and we're on Twitter and Instagram as well. I highly recommend keeping up with us. We always have local events going on, adoption events, donation, fundraisers, and if nothing else, adorable cats and dogs for you to look at. So get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or our website. Again, it's galvestonhumane.org. We'd be happy to have you guys check us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
We're gonna have
Tino's
to-
5, house trained. Someone adopt him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some pictures. We'll post some pictures from social media here in a bit. So we're just about out of time today. Tomorrow we're gonna have a great show. I think we're gonna have the Sons of the Republic on. Ethan, have you ever heard of Sons of the Republic?
No, I have not. I basically live under a rock. So
Okay. If I understand correctly, what that is, it's people who have roots in Texas before Texas was a state. Before Texas was Texas. So if you can trace your lineage back, then you are allowed to be, you're one of the founders of Texas. You have to find it in your ancestry, and can't have any Mexican street dog in you. As we were talking about earlier, got to have that. I don't know, but we're going to find out more about that. I think we're having Preston Rentals on as well. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This has been Kickstart. Y'all have an awesome day. Stay warm, and we'll see you Friday morning, 8:30. Coming up next is Torrin Wells on KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Roger, did you seriously just now join our stream? Roger, you need to adopt Tino.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys later. Y'all have an awesome day.
bye, YouTube.